Hello everyone, my name is Mohit Bhatia and I welcome you all to the video solution session of January JEE Mains Shift 1 of physics paper. Obviously, I hope we have already realized that the paper was from easy to moderate level. I hope we have been through the analysis session of it. We have already released the analysis session. So right now we are going through the memory-based question solution through, right? So these are not the exact question might be. There might be a little bit changes of question or little bit value might be changed. But this will actually help us to understand what type of question or what analogous question can come in the remaining coming shifts, okay? So people having tests in the forthcoming days can utilize this session as a way of understanding what type of question we can still prepare before our real exam. Okay. So anyways, let's start with the question number 1, a parallel plate capacitor. The first question is on capacitor concept. A parallel plate capacitor of capacitance 40 microfarad is connected to a 100 volt power supply. Now the intermediate space between the plate is filled with a dielectric material. Okay. The moment we put dielectric material, what happens? The charge will increase. If given the battery is connected, charge will increase, energy will increase, right? Because the capacitance increases. Okay. So coming back, dielectric constant is given to be 2. That's great. Dielectric, the extra charge and the change in static energy in the capacitor. So we have to find the extra charge. Let's find out what is the Q initial. So the Q initial is CV. What is C is equals to? 40 10 to the power minus 6 into V is equals to 100. That comes out to be that turns out to be minus 6. यहाँ से cancel करके ये हो गया minus 4. That is equals to 0. यहाँ से minus 3. That is like 4 into 10 to the minus 3, which is 4 millicoulomb. That's the initial charge. Coming to the final charge is K times CV. So K is like what? 2 CV. So we know the value of CV is 4. So 2 into 4 is equals to 8 millicoulombs. So that's like change in charge is what? QF minus QI, which is 8 minus 4, which is 4 millicoulomb. Now, by seeing this answer 4 millicoulomb, there is only one option where there is 4 millicoulomb, which is option C. But still, if we want to solve for the second part, which is electrostatic energy, we can solve it. But by seeing this, we already realized that the answer is option C, right? So let's solve for energy. UI is equals to half CV square. And what is UF is equals to half of K times CV square. And that is equals to half of C is equals to 40 10 to the power minus 6 into V is equals to 100 square meter 10 to the power 4. Again, this is like 2 times of the U initial. So what is the change? Change is UF minus UI, which is like 2 CV minus 2 UI minus UI, which is like UI. So the value of change in electrostatic potential energy is UI only. What is the value of UI? Let's check. Minus 6, minus 4, minus 2. Either cancel, that's 20. That's like 0.2 joules. So the answer here is 0.2 joules. Okay? So the answer is 0.2 joules. That's option C. That's option C. Let's go for the next question. Okay. I mean, by the way, the last question was an exact question from our sheets of capacitor. Part 2, exercise 1, E5, I guess. That's a question from our resonance sheet. So it's like, by the way, most of the questions are very much, you can see from our exercise 1 of our sheets. So yeah, let's go forward with further question. Next question. So next question is a uniform circular disk of radius r and mass m is rotating about an axis perpendicular to the plane and passing through its center. A small circular part of radius r by 2 is removed from the original disk as shown in the figure. Find moment of inertia of the remaining part of the disk about the axis. I guess the diagram is missing. So let's draw the diagram. I guess the diagram is something like this. ऐसे भी it's a memory based question. तो हम लोग को मतलब we have to be prepared for from RBD. We always say moment of inertia is one of the most important topic and most predictable topic, and it turned out to be like that only. So that's great. क्या बोला है? A small circular part of radius r by 2. So it's like this. So this is the disk, and this is the cavity. Okay. So about this axis, passing perpendicular to the plane, we have to find the moment of inertia. A uniform circular disk of radius r and mass m is rotating about an axis perpendicular to its plane and passing through its center. So a small circular part of radius r/2 is removed from the original disk as shown. So what is the mass here then we can expect? The mass here will be m/4, this removed part. How we can see this? Mass is proportional to the area, right? Which is like pi r/2 ka square, which is like pi r square by 4. So the new mass, if this area is pi r square and if this area is pi r square by 4, then the mass is also 1/4 of the original mass. Okay. So a small circular part of the radius r/2 is removed from the original disk as shown. So this is removed. Find the moment of inertia of the remaining part of the original disk about the axis as given below. So let's say we want to find moment of inertia about this axis only for this disk with this cavity. So we can think of it like a complete disk minus this cavity. So find moment of inertia for this complete disk, I1. Find moment of inertia of the same cavity about the same position. So for this cavity, we can think that this has moment of inertia is equals to I2, which is given by m/4. What is the radius? r/2 square by 2, right? The formula for moment of inertia of a disk is mr square by 2 for axis passing perpendicular to it, passing through center, right? But then I want my axis to be here. So plus m/4 and shift will be r/2 square, huh? Right? This is r, this from here to here, this is r/2. Okay? So that turns out to be m/4 r/2 square. 2 square is 4, 4 4s are 16, 16 by 2, 32. 32 idhar plus mr square by 2 square, 2 square, 4. This is like 16. So mr square by 32, mr square by 16. Kitna ho jayega? This will be 32 here. So that's like 3 mr square by 32, right? That's I2. What's the value of I1? I1 is equals to, which was the complete disk, mr square by 2. So let's go for subtraction of I1 minus I2 is the answer, right? I1 minus I2 is the answer. So I1 minus I2 is mr square by 2 minus 3 mr square by 32. 3 mr square by 32. So that's like 32. That's 16 mr square minus 3 mr square. That's like 13 mr square by 32. Is there any option like that? Yeah. Option D. Option D. I hope the calculation is simple. Complete disk formula is mr square by 2 for this cavity about the same axis. We can do only I1 minus I2 when the axis is same. So I1 minus I2 when the axis is same. So I got the moment of inertia about this, but then by Parallax theorem we shifted it. So it's an application of Parallax theorem here, right? Great. So that's again a very simple routine problem of cavity. Okay, well, all these similar problems we can find in our sheets also, right? Okay, next question is an electron in the ground state of hydrogen atom has the orbit ground state matlab n is equals to 1. Okay, so we can write the formula for wavelength. We want to find wavelength of the electron in the ground state. So atom type question. Lambda 1 by lambda 2, because the question is the ratio. Radius of this is this. We can write the formula of radius is equals to 0.529 r naught n square by z. We can use that formula if you want, but I'm not going there. Let's stay out of this radius discussion. But at times we can understand that straight formula based questions in this modern physics is very relevant, right? Atom mein and sub mein, these are very relevant. Coming back here, lambda 1 by lambda 2 is like h by p1, h by p2. De Broglie's equation. So that's like p2 by p1. Okay. Now, what is p2 by p1? It's like momentum. Momentum is mv. V is what? V is proportional to z by n. I say this in Hindi. Vajan, 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 weight, vajan. हिंदी में वजन बोलते हैं. So V proportional Z by N. ठीक है, V proportional Z by N. So we can write it, obviously it's hydrogen, so let's not talk about Z, both is hydrogen. And they said third excited state matlab N is equals to 4. Third excited state matlab N is equals to 4. So let's go for the ratio of it. So Z का बात ही नहीं करते हैं. This is like V2 by V1 and that's like N2 by N1. है ना? Inverse proportion. Inverse proportion. So if I take lambda 1 is the ground state, so N1 to N2. What is the value of N1? 1. What is it? 4. है ना? What is it? 1 and 4, right? We can see this, right? Lambda 1 by lambda 2 is H by P1 and H by P2. H cancel, P2 by P1. P2 by P1 is MV2 by MV1. V is proportional to Z by N. So N2 here, N1 there. So what is the ground state? Ground state is equals to 1 and the excited state is equals to N is equals to 4. So we can see it's 4. It's 4. Ratio ulta le liye, lambda 2 by lambda 1 hoga, so that will be the answer 4, right? The ratio of de Broglie wavelength is of the electron in the ground state to that in the excited state is 4. Okay? Let's go for the next question. Find dimension of B by mu naught. So we can write the formula. So obviously a straight dimension based question. B is equals to mu naught I by 2R. So that's like B by mu naught is equals to I by 2R. What's the value of I? I is ampere. R is like distance. So AL minus 1 is the dimension. That's option B, right? Let's go for the next question. Solid sphere of mass m and radius r exerts force F on a point mass. Now a concentric mass m by 7 is removed. Option देख के लग रहा है m by 7 ही होगा. So if that is thing, if m by 7 is removed. So without this cavity, there was a body getting a force F kept here somewhere. ठीक है? Now with the cavity, what will be the force? So obviously when m by 7 mass is removed, then the remaining mass will create a gravitational field is equals to G m by 7, 6m by 7 by the same distance. है ना? Same distance square. That's the new force. And the original initial force into m naught. Into m naught. And the initial force was G m into m naught by r square. That was the initial force, right? So we can see the ratio will be F dash by this gr square m naught, gr square m naught, mm cancel, that will be 6 by 7. Okay? So force will be 6F by 7. Okay? Going for the next question. Given below are two statements, one is labeled as statement 1 and the other is labeled as statement 2. Statement 1 in is a 1 year scale. One 1 year scale division is smaller than one main scale. One 1 year scale division is smaller than one main scale. 1 year scale reading is smaller than the main scale reading. It's like there are so many questions where we have seen that 10 divisions on main scale, 10 divisions on 1 year scale is equals to 9 division on main scale, which shows that 1 year scale is smaller than the main scale, each division. Statement 2, the 1 year constant is given by one main scale division multiplied by number of 1 year scale. This is not right. 1 year constant is also termed as least count, and least count is one main scale division minus one 1 year scale division, right? Least count is 1 MST minus one 1 year scale division. So statement 2 is wrong statement exactly, but 1 is right. So statement 1 is true, 2 is false, option D. Okay, right. So that's from errors. Going for the next question, a bob of mass m is suspended at a point O by a light string of length L and left to perform vertical motion, as shown in figure. Initially, by applying horizontal velocity V naught at the point A, the string becomes slack when the bob reaches the point at the point D. So the ratio of kinetic energy. So let's say it will become just slack here. Matlab tension will be just 0 here at the topmost point. If the tension is becoming just 0 here, matlab we are giving a minimum velocity to complete the circular motion. Okay. Now giving the minimum velocity to complete the circular motion means V naught is equals to root over 5GL. Yes or no? The minimum velocity to complete the circular motion, vertical circular motion is root over 5GL, 5GR. So a bob of mass m is suspended at a point O by a light string of length L and left to perform vertical motion as shown in figure. Initially, by applying horizontal velocity V0 at the point A, the string becomes slack when the bob reaches the point D. The ratio of kinetic energy of the bob at the point B and C. So let's find the kinetic energy at point B. So kinetic energy at point B. So what is it? Half of. So let's apply conservation energy between point A and B. So it's basic energy conservation. Vertical circular motion, mein one of the most important tool is what? Energy conservation, right? So we can write like, assuming this is potential energy 0 here at point A. So 0 potential energy plus kinetic energy will be half of m v square 5gl is equals to potential energy here at this level, potential energy here at this level. At this level is L cos 60, which is L by 2. So half of m. So let's not write half of m, rather let it write it as kinetic energy at point B plus potential energy mg, how much height? L by 2. Okay, that's conservation between point A and B. Let's go for conservation between point A and C. So conservation between point A and C mein half of m, again 5gl plus 0 is equals to kinetic energy at point A, kinetic energy at point A plus mg, what is this height? This is L by 2 plus L. So that's like 3L by 2. Okay. So kinetic energy at point A is equals to 3mgl by 2 go this side, 5mgl by 2 minus 3mgl by 2, matlab 2.5 minus 1.5 is around 1 mgl. And kinetic energy at point B will be equals to mgl by 2 minus 5 mgl by 2, matlab 2.5 minus 0.5, which is 2 mgl. So the ratio of kinetic energy to B to A will be B to C hona chahiye. This will be point C. है ना? This will be point C. This will be point C. छोटा से कह रहा है, please correct it. It is point C. It is point C, right? This is point C. This is point C. Okay. So kinetic energy to point B to C will be 2 mgl by mgl, which is 2. So the answer is 2. Okay. This discussion was not required. I would say okay, right? Simple energy conservation, find kinetic energy at point B, find kinetic energy at point C, take the ratio. Vertical circular motion mein matlab energy conservation is very common. So we have to understand that these type of problem might be a problem which we can again witness in any of the shift with little bit of changes. Exactly to nahi aayega. So understand the type of questions, right? Energy conservation based questions in vertical circular motion is very common. Okay, so I said minus 10 degrees Celsius. This is a calorimetry based question. So minus 10 degrees Celsius ice. How will it go? First of all, ms del theta, change in temperature. So it will be like 0 degrees Celsius ice now. Up state change, 0 degrees Celsius water. Okay, state change. Again from here to there, 100 degrees Celsius water. And now again, 100 degrees Celsius steam. And then 110 degrees Celsius steam, right? This is how state change and temperature change will take place. So what is the mass given? 10 to the minus 3 kg could be said as 1 gram. Again, I think more data must be given, but this is obviously memory-based, question-based, what we got to know. So that's like 1 gram, and the answer is in calorie. It can be in joules also. So let's say if it is calorie, 1 into what is the value of S for ice? It's 0.5 calorie per gram per Kelvin. Change in temperature is 10. So that turns out to be 5. ms del theta. Now it's a state change. The formula will be ml. So the value of this will be m is 1, L is 80. That turns out to be 80. So 5 plus 80 plus, again, So formula will be ms del theta, so since temperature change. 1 S kitna hai? S is equals to, for this is also 1 calorie per gram per Kelvin. That's 100. That turns out to be 100. Now again, this is state change. The formula will be ml. So m is 1 into 540, which is 540 calories. So all these are calorie, by the way. All these are calories. Okay. Now from here, m is 1, s is 0.5, s is 0.5, s is 0.5. तो फिर लिख लेते हैं 0.5. डेल थीटा कितना होगा? 10. So that will be 5 calorie. So what's the value? 5 plus 80, 85, 185, 185 plus 5, 190 plus 540, 730. So the answer will be 730 calorie, which is option A. Which is option A. It can be in joules also. It can be in calorie also. It's in calorie right now given. Okay. Let's go for the next question. Given is a thin convex lens. So it's a ray optics based question. Given is a thin convex lens of glass and each slope shouldn't be the word. Okay. Each face having radius of curvature r. One side is polished for complete reflection. At what distance from the lens an object be placed and the optical axis so that the image sets formed on the object itself. So it's like you have a lens here which has been silvered from one side. So that it behaves like a mirror. And now for a mirror, if we keep the object at center of curvature, matlab distance r, then obviously the ray will retrace back. If the ray goes like this, it will retrace back. So basically on this concept. Matlab, for this setup, if we can find the value of radius of curvature of this setup, that is the answer for this setup. Now for this type of question, which is silvering of lens, it comes in medium to difficult questions for JEE Mains standard nowadays. The formula will be 1 by F equivalent of this mirror I'm saying. Okay? Of this mirror I'm saying. 1 by F equivalent will be 1 by focal length of the mirror minus 2 by focal length of the lens after putting the signs and all. So this formula will be using here. Okay? So basic straight formula based only, but little bit of more calculation will be involved here. We know the focal length of the mirror will be, so we can think like this, that this is like a lens plus a mirror. Hai na? So light is going like this, bending, again bending, again bending. Hai na? So two times passing through lens, one time passing or reflecting from the mirror. So we can write this also as r by 2, matlab 2 by r. With a minus sign. By a minus sign because by sign convention. And for the focal length of the lens. So if I take this as a lens, so focal length of the lens kitna ho jayega? Mu minus 1 by r minus of minus, so 1 by r. 1 by r minus of minus 1 by sign convention. That will be mu minus 1, 2 by r is 1 by focal length of the lens. Okay, so it's 2 by FL, no? So multiply both sides by 2, which is like 4 times mu minus 1 by r. Okay, so I can see the options. Based on that, I should take the common. Minus 2 by r if I take common. So that's like 1 minus. So 1 minus, this is plus because minus is taken common. 2 mu minus 2, right? 2 taken common, 2 mu minus 2, right? That turns out to be, so that's like F equivalent to. So F equivalent, which we got here is r by 2 mu minus 1. So that's F equivalent. So what is the radius, this radius of curvature of this equivalent? Double it, which is like, so radius of curvature will be, radius of this mirror will be, of this mirror, equivalent mirror with what we got is r by 2 mu minus 1. Minus sign is actually for the sake of saying that the center of curvature or the focal length is on this side. So minus ka there is no such importance. ठीक है. R by 2 mu minus 1 is the length of that. So मतलब at this distance, because they are asking distance. So we'll go for option C, right? We'll go for option C. Let's go for the next question. An electron is made to enter symmetrically between two parallel and equal oppositely charged metal plates. So it's like one of the question of electrostats. It's again there in our sheets. I mean, it's one of the most traditional question which we discuss every time in the class. So an electron is made to enter symmetrically between two parallel and equal opposite charged metal plates, each of 10 centimeter length. Each of 10 centimeter length. ऐसा कुछ. ऐसा कुछ. Okay, there is a question. The electron emerges out of the electric field region with a horizontal component of velocity 10 to the power 6 meter per second. So from here, electric field like this. So obviously the particle will come out like this. We have already given only x velocity. What is the x velocity is? 10 to the power 6 meter per second. This length is 10 centimeter. So time to cross this electric field region, time taken will be distance by speed along the x. So that's like 10 into 10 to the power minus 2 by 10 to the power 6. Okay? Which turns out to be 10 to the power minus 7 seconds. Okay. Now, in that time, obviously, electric field is like this, no? So obviously, this electron is getting a force upward. It's getting a force in the upward direction. So what's the value of this Vy? Vy is equals to Ayt. What is the value of Ay? Qe by m into t. So the value of Q is given to be 1.6 10 to the power minus 19. The value of E is electric field कितना है? 9.1 by volt per centimeter. So 10 to the power minus 2 नीचे में मतलब 10 to the power 2 ऊपर में है ना? 9.1 volt per centimeter, 10 to the power minus 2 meter, which becomes 10 to the power 2 in the numerator. What's the mass? 9.1 10 to the power minus 31 into t, 10 to the power minus 7. है ना? V is equals to V equals to U plus AT, that formula, because acceleration is constant anyways. So 9.1, 9.1 cancel. 10 to the power minus 31 minus 19. So that will turn out to be plus 12 because it goes to numerator. So minus 7 and 12, 5, 5 to 7. So 1.6 10 to the power 7 is the meter per second, which is also it can be written as 16 10 to the power 6. 16 10 to the power 6. 16 10 to the power 6. Okay, fine. Let's go for the next question. So it's a very traditional question. We can see this type of question very many times in the exams, right? Let's go. Okay. So it's a very, again, basic question from modern physics, photoelectric effect based questions, right? So the formula for lambda, I mean, I guess we must have used this formula so many times. Lambda is equals to 1242 or 1240 electron volt nanometer by, so when we are trying to find energy, let's write it like this. So this energy by lambda in nanometer. I hope we know this formula, right? This energy will be in electron volt. We want to find lambda, so energy will be there, lambda will be here. If we want to find energy, then lambda will be here and energy will be getting from this. So 1242 electron volt nanometer by lambda nanometer. What is the value of lambda given? 550. So this will be 550 here. So we can understand the energy of each photon incidenting on this metal plate. So this will turn out to be, now I'm not going to solve it exactly, but I can tell you roughly this value, since it's 550, it's 1200, not even 50, this value must be around 2.25 electron volt. Approximately, I'm saying, I mean, it's roughly. I mean, you can say it's 1250, it's 500 around. 550 around. So that will be around 2.25, 2.3, not 2.5, but less than 2.5, that's for sure. 2.25, 2.3, somewhere like that, approximately. Many people take the value to 1240 also. So I mean, we can have a data a little bit shifting here. But the point to realize here is, we have got, this is also electron volt. We have got 2 two metals, cesium and lithium. Cesium has work function of 1.9. So this light having this energy in each photon, if it strikes cesium and lithium, from where the electron will start coming out of the plate? It's obviously cesium, not lithium, because for lithium we need energy of the photon to be more than 2.5. Threshold say it's smaller, right? The energy of my 550 nanometer wala wavelength wala light is smaller than the threshold required for lithium. So obviously cesium only. Obviously cesium only, right? A closed organ and open organ tube are filled by two different gases having same bulk modulus but different densities ρ1 and ρ2 respectively. The frequency of the ninth harmonic of the closed, so sound wave question, right? A question from sound wave. So standing wave and ninth harmonic of closed organ pipe. So ninth harmonic of closed organ pipe. It's the exact question from our sheets again. It's the exact question from our sheets. A frequency of ninth harmonic of closed tube is identical with, so V, some V1 by 4L1. Fourth harmonic of open tube matlab it's some V2 by 2L2. If the length of the closed tube is 10, so this is being given, this length has been given, the length of the closed tube, this is 10 given. We want to find L2. Okay? So let's take L2 on one side and remaining on the other side. Rho is given and it's air, so we can write V is equals to B by rho. The formula of speed of sound in fluids, right? B by rho, right? For solids is Y by rho. So L2 is equals to, this will be 2. 4 2s are 8. L1 is 10 centimeter because the options are in centimeters, so I'm writing L1 in centimeters. So 4 2s are 8. L1 is in 10 centimeter. V2 by V1 is like B by rho 2 by B by rho 1. V2 by V1. V2 by V1 by 9 here. 9 there. Okay. So now this B cancel. Rho 1 by rho 2. Rho 1 by rho 2 is equals to 1 by 16. So rho 1 by rho 2 is 1 by 16. So out of this root, it will be coming out to be 1 by 4. This simplifies to 2 into 10, 20 by 9 centimeters. So that's like option D. Okay? This BB cancel. Rho 1 by rho 2. Rho 1 by rho 2, 1 by 16. Root of 1 by 16 is 1 by 4. 4 either 8 or 2, 10, 20 by 9. Okay? Fine. Let's go with the next question. We can have analogous question like this, based on standing wave. We can have many more type of question based on standing wave. So sound waves, there is coming, one question is there for sure. A small point of mass m is placed at a distance 2r from the center of a big uniform solid space. So again, since it's a memory-based question, there can be a little bit of change in this data, but let's identify the type of question. So it's somewhat a gravitation question from gravitation, where field concept has been infused here. So since it's if it's a complete sphere without cavity, what is the value of force here? What is the value of force here? F1, G, M, some M, small m they have given, let me take it that only then. Since they have taken both the masses. So the question is, there is some mass given and the mass of this is also some M. So, okay. So Gm square by 2r is the distance, so 4r square, that's the formula. Gm into m2 by r square for a solid uniform mass. We can assume that the whole mass is kept at center, so Gm square by 4r square. What is the value of F2? F2 matlab jab cavity ho gaya yahan par, when there is a cavity here. When there is a cavity here, okay? So now, for this cavity, what you can think is, it's a complete minus this. So at the same point, the field is, because of this complete solid sphere is Gm square, the force created there is Gm square by 2r का square, तो यहाँ पे 4r square लिख देना चाहिए था ना मेरे को. We can write like this. 4r square. It's like r square, है ना? It's r square. R square. So Gm by 4r square minus, what is the field created by this cavity? So what is the mass of this cavity? Like imagine like there was one more mass been here which has been removed, like, so what is the mass in this volume? So we can take like this, that mass by 4 by 3 pi r cube and into 4 by 3 pi r by 3 ka cube, which is r cube by 27. So it's like m by 27, है ना? वो जो भी small m होना चाहिए था, ठीक है? Let's come back here. So because of this, what's the distance from here to here, by the way? This distance is r by 3 plus r, 4r by 3. That's like 4r by 3 का square. And this is gm, जो mass यहाँ पे था, which is m. And one more m of this cavity. Cavity is m by 27. है ना? So now, after cavity, the force here is because of two reasons. You can think one complete sphere minus one this cavity. Well, I want to remove the effect of this cavity because the cavity mass is not present there. So gm into m by 27 by 4r cube. Okay. This turns out to be. So ये कितना हो गया? पहले ये part solve कर लेते हैं. So gm square by 27, 16r square by 9, 3. So this is like gm square by 48r square is the solution of this part only. I mean this part. So gm by 4r square minus gm square by 48r square. So this is like, take the LCM, 48r square. So this is like 12 minus 1, 11 gm square by 48r square. So let's take the ratio of f1 to, this is like f2. So f1 is to f2. I mean, sorry for this clumsiness, but I hope we can figure it out. So gm square by 4r square. This is also small m. I mean, maybe I'm mixing up. इसको भी small m लिख दिया जाए, कैसा गलती कर रहा हूँ. This is small m only. Let's write it as small m only. Slide it as small m only. ठीक है? Let's write this as a small m. Small m here, there's no capital M anywhere. Maybe sometime I've written capital M somewhere, so please go through it. Gm square by 4r square is to 11 gm square by 48r square. So gm square r square, gm square r square. ठीक है? Right? This 4, this 48, 12. So that will become 12 is to 11. है ना? 1 is to 11 by 12 is like 12 is to 11. Or 1 by 11 by 12, 12 by 11. Option B. Fine? Okay, right. Let's go for the next question. Two spherical black bodies of radii 0.2 centimeter and 0.4 centimeter are at temperature 400 Kelvin. And 800 Kelvin. So, bhai, it's a straight away question from heat transfer ka the concept of radiation. And obviously the basic formula which we know is power is equals to E sigma 8 e to the power 4. Emissive power is equals to so the amount of energy radiated per unit per second is E sigma 8 e to the power 4. So from this we can easily go for the relation. By E and sigma to effective nahi hai abhi ke liye, so energy radiated will be area. So area is like 4 pi r square, so we can go like this, 4 pi 0.2 square. Temperature is 400 to the power 4 by 4 pi into what is this? 0.4 ka square, and that's like 800 to the power 4. 4 pi cancel. 0.2 by 0.4 to the power 2 into 400 by 800 कितना हो जाएगा? Half to the power 4. So 0.2 point cancel. This is like 2 square 1 by 4 into 1 by 2 to the power 4 कितना होगा? 16, right? 16 4 1 by 64. Simplify करके मतलब 64 ही वाला आंसर हो रहा है, right? हाँ, 0.2 इधर 0.4 कैंसिल 1 by 2 1 by 2 1 by 4 1 by 2 का स्क्वायर 1 by 16 64 राइट 64 ही मतलब फिर. So P2 is equals to 64 P1 from there. है ना? Or 64E. Fine, let's go for the next question. The given below are two statements. One is labeled as assertion, other is labeled. So assertion is, there were few questions this time, 2-3 questions we have seen. If Young's double slit experiment is performed, iske pehle we saw one question on vernier caliper, right? This is like one more question on assertion reason based. So if Young's double slit experiment is performed in an optically denser medium than air, then consecutive fringes comes closer. So we know, by the way, fringe width ka formula is lambda capital D by small d, right? And it depends on lambda. So if you immerse the whole setup in any medium, this lambda will be lambda by mu capital D by small d. So obviously the fringe width will be by mu times, right? So, okay. If a Young double slit experiment is performed in an optically denser medium than air, then consecutive fringes come closer. I agree. It's a right statement. Reason: the speed of light reduces in an optically denser medium than air, while its frequency does not change. This statement is right कि भाई सही में ऐसा होता है. The speed of light reduces in an optically denser medium. This happens. है ना? Optically denser medium में the speed decreases, but the frequency doesn't change. But these two are independent statement. ऐसा नहीं है कि this is the reason of this. Okay, so what I'll say is, A is right, assertion is right, reason is right, but this reason is not the reason for this assertion. The reason should be like something like this, that it depends on factors like lambda, d, and small d. So since lambda changed, so fringe width changed, right? It's like that only. So assertion and reason, both are true, but they are not the reason of, so I mean, I'm not sure whether the options was given like this or not, but my point is A is true, reason is true, but reason is not the correct explanation. Okay. So I hope we have understood this problem, right? So A and B both are true, but this reason is not the correct reason for the assertion. So maybe option B can be one of the answer if these are the options given. As I said, it's memory based, right? So from now on, like from this onward, the remaining question will be discussed by Hayat sir. So let's continue. Okay.
Hello dear students. Let us continue the rest of the questions. Let us come back to the point. Here, in this question, what he has given, find current in the circuit, jockey is at the middle point on 1 ohms. So as he has given that the jockey is at the middle point, so we will take here, exactly right from the center, we will be taking this part. Fine. So right from the center, we will be taking this part, dividing into 2 parts. So accordingly, a new diagram will be shown here. I'm drawing the new diagram here, just concentrate. So with this case, I'm taking this is my 0.9 volts and here this is 2 ohms as it is. Now here, this part we will take it as into 2 resistance. So as he said that the jockey point is exactly at the middle, so with this case we will continue, we'll just take this line here. So now what happens here, the resistance will become 0.5 ohms, here the resistance will become 0.5 ohms. While already he gave us the potential that is 0.9 volts and here it's 2 ohms. By default, you can see here, these two are connected in parallel. So as these two are connected in parallel, so the new resistance will be equal to, Rp will be equal to 0.5 R1 R2 by R1 plus R2. I wish to take here 0.5 plus 2. So by default, you can take here Rp will be equal to 1 by 2.5. If I remove this point, it's going to be 10, 5 2s and 5 5s. So therefore, the resistance which is connected in parallel is going to be how much? 2.5 ohms. So therefore, this whole resistor will be replaced by 2 by 5 ohms. Now, nextly we will proceed for the next part. So therefore, I can take this 2 divided by 5. You can even also take this part. So this is directly 5 fourths 20, that is going to be how much? 0.4. And this is going to be a new battery, that is nothing but a new circuit diagram I'm drawing here, 0.9 volts. And now here you are having 0.4 ohms and this is going to be how much? 0.5 ohms. So directly you are going to add this. So therefore these are connected in parallel, series. So what you will be getting here, the final resistance is equals to how much? 0.9 ohms. You have the supply 0.9 volts. You need to find out the current by using the Ohm's law, I equals V by R. You can simplify and finally you are going to get 1 amperes here. Let's proceed for the next question. So in this question, what he has given, if a radius of curvature of a convex mirror of a car driving inside is 2 meters, and he said that car is at rest, and it is observing a car coming towards it with uniform speed of 90 kilometers per hour. We need to also focus on their units at a distance of 24 meters, then the acceleration of the image is find A. So basically, first of all, we will take the convex mirror, and also basically we will take, first of all, we'll try to give the value here. He has given that the radius of curvature here. So what is the radius of curvature basically? He has given the radius of curvature as 2 meters. So therefore, I am going to take the focal length, which is going to be the half of the radius of curvature. Now, you can take here the object. First of all, we'll see where is the object here. Object distance is basically given as how much? 24 meters. So I wish to take here the object distance using the sign convention. I am going to take here as minus of 24 meters. So we can even roughly we can take the diagram here. This is nothing but our convex mirror, and here is basically our object, which is at a distance of how much? 24 meters. Okay, now followed by already radius of curvature we are having. So we need to find out the acceleration. So before going to find out the acceleration, first of all, I am going to find out certain things which are necessary for us. Like we required the image distance. We already he has mentioned as the object is moving with a velocity, and the velocity is basically how much he has given? 90 kilometers per hour. So we will take here the velocity of the object I wish to take here, and this velocity of the object is 90 kilometers per hour. I have to convert this part into meters per second. So therefore the velocity of the object will be equal to, I need to multiply by 5 by 18 to convert it into meters per second. However, 18 ones and 18 fives. So therefore the velocity of the object is going to be how much? 25 meters per second. Now nextly, I also want to find out the image distance when the object is at rest. If I am finding out at 24 meters, what will be the image distance? So to find out the image distance, I wish to take here 1 by f equals 1 by v. As it is a mirror, you can see here, so I can take here 1 by v plus 1 by u. As the focal length, it's a convex lens, so I can take the focal length is already 1 meter, and we need to find out the image distance. We'll keep this image distance with us, followed by the object distance is nothing but minus 24. Nextly, what I can do here, plus into minus is minus, and minus 24 if I send here, it's going to become plus 24. So 1 plus 1 by 24 equals 1 by v. Therefore, the image distance, image distance, whatever I'm going to simplify, is going to be how much? 25 by 24 meters is equals to, 25 by 24 equals, we can take here 1 by v. So therefore, I can say that v is going to be how much? 24 by 25 meters. We got the image distance. So now, what are the important things that required for us? We have already simplified, like given data I have used here, and also I have also find out, I have converted the object velocity into kilometer per hour. He has given, I have converted into meters per second, and also I have taken the image distance from here. Nextly, in order to reach to the, first of all, also I need to find out the velocity of the image. So what I am going to do, the conclusion of this problem, what I am going to do for the next part is, I am going to find out the velocity of the image, and then taking the same generalized formula and differentiating twice to get the acceleration. So therefore, let's continue this part on our next slide. Keeping the views, whatever a requirement, we will just check back into the previous one. So let's come back to the point. So here, first of all, I wish to find out the velocity of the image. So now we know that velocity of the image is nothing but minus of magnification square into velocity of the object. So therefore, the velocity of the image is equals to, you can take here, that is v by u whole square into velocity of the object. Right? So now, if in order to find out the velocity of the image, minus of, we have image distance, also we have object distance. Let us substitute this part back. So now, what we are getting the image distance, already we got 24 by 25, and also we got the object distance as how much? Minus of 24. So I would like to substitute this part here. So velocity of the image 24 by 25 whole divided by velocity of the object. What is the velocity of the object? Minus of 24. I wish to substitute that part, minus of 24 and its whole square, into velocity of the object. Already we have converted that part, velocity of the object, which is 25 meters per second. So I wish to take that part, velocity of the object, as 25 meters per second. So therefore the velocity of the image is going to be how much? However, this 24 and this 24 will get cancel, and what we are going to get is here minus. I wish to take here as it is, minus of whole square is going to become plus. So 1 by 25 square is going to be as usual 1 by 25 into 25 multiplied by 25. So therefore this 25 and this 25 will get cancel. Finally, velocity of the image is equals to minus of 1 by 25 meters per second. So we got velocity of the image. But the question is, he asked us to simplify the acceleration of the image. So basically, in order to find out the acceleration of the image, what I wish to do is nothing but 1 by f, by taking the general formula 1 by f equals to 1 by v plus 1 by u. If you differentiate it this part twice, we will get the acceleration. However, this part is going to become 0. 1 by v differentiation is minus 1 by v square into dv by dt, and this is minus 1 by u square into du by dt. Be careful about this part, where dv by dt is nothing but the velocity of the image, while du by dt is nothing but the velocity of the object. Now let's send this part here. So it's going to be what? 1 by v square into dv by dt equals minus 1 by u square into du by dt. Now nextly, I wish to send this u square here. So this is u square into dv by dt equals minus of v square into du by dt. Once again, I would like to say that dv by dt is nothing but my velocity of the image. It's better if we represent that part. So u square into this is going to be velocity of the image minus of v square into this is going to be the velocity of the object. Now final, we will like to do the conclusion. I wish to do again differentiation to get the final acceleration. Let us go with this part here. So differentiating again with respect to time t. So when I'm differentiating this part with respect to time t, it's going to be uv formula. So u square differentiation is going to be how much? 2u into du by dt. Okay na? And then it's better if I continue the rest of the part on the next slide. So let us take this part. I wish to continue on my next slide. Okay na? So let us go with this part. Once again, I would like to write here, that is u square vi will be equal to minus v square v naught. So we'll take here, that is u square into velocity of the image is equals to, that is minus v square into velocity of the object. So I'm taking minus of v square into velocity of the object. So however, I need to differentiate this part again with respect to time t. So obviously here we are going to use uv formula. So now u square differentiation will become what? 2u into du by dt because of its inner derivative into velocity of the image as it is, plus dvi by dt into the u square part as it is. Hope you got my point. Clear? Which is equals to, I can take this minus as it is, and I wish to take here v square differentiation. So u dash v plus v dash u I have did here, followed by again v square differentiation 2v into dv by dt. Again this part into, I can take here velocity of the object, I am going to take as it is, followed by, I wish to take this part here in a bigger bracket, and I will like to write here v square as it is, and velocity of the object can be taken as dv naught by dt. Now just have a look, it's very interesting. So now you can take here 2 into u into rate of change of object distance with respect to time is nothing but object velocity. So I will like to write here, this is going to be velocity of the object, this is going to be velocity of the image, plus rate of change of image velocity with respect to time is nothing but image acceleration. Yeah, so this is going to be image acceleration into this u square I wish to keep as it is, followed by minus of 2 into v into rate of change of image velocity with respect to times, but basically we are taking this part as dv by dt. So basically this is going to be what? So this is going to be image distance. So rate of change of image distance with respect to time is going to be what? Image velocity. I hope you got my point. And then finally we are going to take here, this is going to be v naught as it is. So I took 2v into vi, velocity of the image, and then we can also say rate of change of velocity of the image. So we will keep this better if we take this part as it is. So this is v is nothing but the image. So the rate of change of velocity, rate of change of image velocity, or we can say image distance, sorry, by mistake I said image velocity, its image distance with respect to time is going to be what? Image velocity. However, v naught I wish to keep as it is, and this v square as it is, and this is going to be acceleration of the image and object, you can say. Okay? Now, final part, what we have to do, as he said that initially the system is at rest, so therefore this whole acceleration is going to be how much? 0. This whole acceleration is going to be how much? 0. So now 2 into, you know what is the object distance. So let us take the object distance of this question. You can take here object distance already you have taken, that is nothing but how much? 24 meters you can take here. So let us substitute all these parts directly into this particular equation. So now object distance is going to be minus 24. I wish to substitute that minus 24. Now I have to take the velocity of the object. Already you know that velocity of the object, we got it here, is going to be, we solved out, that is going to be 25 meters per second. So I wish to take that 25 meters per second. Plus, we can also take here, you got, and also velocity of the image. We already simplified in the last slide. Velocity of the image, we got it here. That is going to be minus 1 by 25. So I wish to substitute here. Velocity of the image is going to be how much? Minus 1 by 25. Plus acceleration of the image is the one which we need to know. And object, this is nothing but u square. So already we got u minus of 24 whole square equals to 2 into v. That is nothing but what? Image distance. So what is the image distance we got here? Sorry. What is the image distance we already got here? You can see here the image distance is going to be 24 by 25. So I can take here the image distance is going to be how much? 24 by 25. Followed by velocity of the image. What is the velocity of the image? You can take here directly, we got the velocity of the image as minus 1 by 25. I would like to substitute that part minus of 1 by 25. I hope you got my point. Followed by velocity of the object. What is the velocity of the object? Already we got here as 25. Already we got that part. So velocity of the object you are having here, and you have substituted 25. Let's take this part. Final conclusion. So finally we need to simplify. Hope this 25 and this 25 will get cancelled. It's going to be how much? Minus of 48 plus acceleration of the image, and minus 24 whole square is going to be 576 will be equal to this 25 and this 25 will get cancelled, and this minus into minus will become plus, and this is going to be how much? So this is going to be plus 48 by 25. Right, so minus 48, if I send there, it will become plus 48. So acceleration of the image into 576 is equals to plus 48. If I take out common, it's going to be 1 by 25 plus 1. And therefore, the final result that I am going to get here, I would like to complete here or continue here. So acceleration of the image is into 576 equals 48 into, this is going to be 26 whole divided by 25. Got it, this one? So now, nextly we can take here, I can go with the concept of like 48 table, we cannot cancel even, I can go with the simple cancellation, so that is AI will be equal to, that is 48 into 26 whole divided by 25 into 576. Okay, now I can go with the simple calculation like 6 table I would like to take here. So now 6 8s I can take here 48. Now 6 7s are 54, 3 is left to us, 6 6 are 36. Followed by acceleration of the image will be equal to, I can take here with the cancellation of, we can take here like 4 I cannot go, so I would like to take with the 2 table here. So 2 3s are 6, 2 8s are 16, and this can be taken as 2 4s are 8. Finally, even I can take here 2 1s are 2, 9s are 18, and 2 2s are 4. Finally, 26 into 2 is going to be how much? 26 into 2 I can take here 52 whole divided by 25 into 19. And he said that this is my acceleration. He said us to multiply by 100. So acceleration of the 100 is equals to A, he said. So we need to find out 100A. So I can take here AI is equals to, as per the question here, he said 100A. I am multiplying this part 52 by 25 into 19. After simplification, so we will get the final result, something like 25 ones, 25 fours, 52 by 19 into 4, you will get the final acceleration of the image approximately like 8 around you will be getting. That will be equal to the final acceleration of the image, 0.8 meters per second approximately you will be getting the final result. So let us proceed for the next case. So therefore, now we will go for the next question. Which of the following graph correctly represents the variation of resistivity with temperature? Now, in this case, he has given resistivity with temperature, but he did not mention, as already I said you, that this is a memory based question. So he did not concluded whether he is asking for the conductor or insulator or he is for the semiconductor. However, I'll just give you the answer for the conductor if you are considering. So the answer is going to be the first option. If you are taking the conductor, so answer is going to be the first option. If you are talking about the semiconductors, then it is going to be what? The third option. Therefore, the answer, final answer is going to be the first option for this case. Let's go for the next question. An electron of He plus is present in the third excited state. Find its de Broglie wavelength. So we need to find out the de Broglie wavelength in this case. So directly I can solve here. We know that that is 2 pi r is equals to n lambda. Directly we can take here. So I can take here 2 pi into r can be taken as 0.529 into n square by z. So this equals to n into lambda. Directly you can substitute 2 into the value of pi is 3.14 into 0.529 into n square. The value of n we are already having. There is nothing but third excited state means n is equals to, you will be getting the value as 4. So this is going to be what? 4 square, which is going to be 16. He said for the helium, the z value is going to be what? 2 is equals to, already we are having the value of n, and the value of n is going to be 4. So therefore the final conclusion is nothing but this 2 and this 2 will get cancelled. This 4 ones, 4 fours. And now if you multiply this part, so 3.14, as all the values are far enough, so we can conclude it. 3.14 multiplied by 4, something will be getting approximately near the directly 13 approximately, and that has to be divided 0.529, means can I take approximately a 0.5, which can conclude my final result is nothing but 6.64 Armstrong in this case. That's it. So let's go for the next case. Without solving, you can say the answer, that is 6.64 Armstrong. Okay, let's go for the next question. So identify the diode connected in the forward bias. This is a basic question. Whatever the questions so far I have discussed, almost all the questions has been discussed in our classroom, which are almost either same or either relatable from our resonance material. Let's come back to the point. So identify the diode connected in the forward bias. So therefore the basic condition for the forward bias is nothing but, if you're talking about the forward bias, the higher potential and we have the lower potential. So you can see this is going to be in comparative of this two part. So this is going to be what? Lower potential. If you see this particular factor, this part is going to be lower potential, but if you see this is going to be 0 and this is going to be minus 15, so 0 is going to be higher potential comparatively, and this is minus 10 and 15, which is going to be lower potential. Therefore the answer for this is nothing but C. I hope you got this part. So let's come back to the next question. Let's go for the next question. Find the equivalent power of the thin lens combination shown in the figure. He's asking us to find out the power. So basically you can go with the general formula of power. So the general formula of power is nothing but P effective or P equivalent will be equal to, it's a combination of P1 plus P2 plus P3. However, you know that P1 plus P2 plus P3 is equals to, you can also take here 1 by F effective is equals to 1 by F1 plus 1 by F2 plus 1 by F3. Let's take that part. So 1 by F1, indirectly I have to take that part. So 1 by F1, F1 is nothing but here mu1. So I wish to take directly. So that is going to be what? Mu1 is going to be 4 by 3 minus 1 into 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2. R1 is going to be infinity, and this part is going to be what? Minus of 1 by R2. So R2 in this case is going to be R1 plus. When you simplify the second power, if you are simplifying, that is nothing but again we have to use the same formula. 1 by F equals to mu minus 1 into 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2. So mu minus 1 is going to be what? 3 by 2 minus 1 into 1 by R1. This part remains as usual, but due to the sign convention, it should be taken as negative. So minus 1 by R1 minus of this part is on the right side. Due to the sign convention, I must take it as positive. So I'm going to take here 1 by R2. Followed by the last one, I have to take here. That is going to be how much? 4 by 3 minus 1. 4 by 3 minus 1 into 1 by R1. In this case, I must take it as R2 here, followed by this part is coming on the left side, so minus 1 by R2, minus of 1 by this part is going to be what? Infinity. I hope you got my point. So therefore, after doing this part, so you will be getting the P effective value directly 4 minus 3 by 3. I'm going to get 1 by 3 minus of 1 by R1, and here plus of 3 by 2 means nothing but 1 by 2 into minus of 1 by R1 minus of 1 by R2, and this is going to be again 1 by 3 into minus of 1 by R2. If you simplify this part, minus 1 by 3 R1 minus 1 by 3 R2 minus 1 by 2 R2 minus 1 by 2 R2. If you simplify minus 1 by 3 R1 and minus 1 by by 2r1. So if you take the LCM, it's going to be what? Minus of 1 by 6r1. Similarly, here also in the R2 also you will get minus 1 by 6r1. So therefore, if you simplify by the 6 means nothing but you are going to get the third option relatively after simplification. So therefore, you will get the third option in this case. So this will be your final result. Now let's go for the next question. Okay. Let's go for the next question. So find the ratio of height in the first and the last second in upward journey t equals to 1 second. It's a very simple equation. So basically if you want to simplify, you can just take this part into two components. You can take here. So I'm taking here, this is going to be what? 60 cos 30 degrees, and the vertical part if you are talking, so this is going to be how much? 60 sine 30 degrees. So sine 30 is going to be how much? 1 by 2, which is equals to how much? 30 meters per second. Okay, now in the first second it is going to go for this part till here, that is going to be first means 30 meters per second, then after that it's going for 20 meters per second, then finally at 10 meters per second it comes to the rest position. Let's use, there are many ways to simplify this question, but one of the way I'm just going to show you is nothing but Galileo's law. So with this Galileo's law, in the first part it acquires a distance of how much? Directly 25 meters it will go. Next after that it will go for the 15, and then finally it will go for the 5. So therefore 25, 15, then 5, and then finally if you take out the ratio with this case, so he's saying the first starting first second and last second, the ratio he is asking ratio, so that is going to be how much? 25 divided by 5. So 5 ones are 5 5s are, the ratio is going to be how much? 5:1. That's great. Let's go for the next question now. So in the next question, what he has given, find out the temperature theta shown in diagram K1 equals to 60, K2 equals to 120, and K3 equals to 135. So I can take this particular diagram in this way, like I would like to conduct this part, taking this part as a resistor. So equivalent I'm taking here as resistor 1, and this is another resistor I'm going to take here, followed by here you know that this the temperature is going to be 100 degrees Celsius, here the temperature is going to be theta degrees Celsius, and then finally you can take this part to 0 degree Celsius. Hope you got my point. So I wish to take the names here. I would like to take the resistance as R1 here. I would like to take your resistance R2 here. I would like to take the resistance R3 here. So I would like to apply the KCL, that is Kirchhoff's current law, taking this particular factor. Here you assume the current is I1, here you assume the current is I2, and here you assume the current is I3. So according to that, we are assuming that the current is leaving the junction, and therefore I can conclude that I1 plus I2 plus I3 is equals to what? 0. Hope you got this point. So let's go for the next case. So but therefore here the current is nothing but the rate of flow of heat indirectly. So therefore I can say here this current is nothing but temperature by resistance. So I can say here temperature means nothing but T. For the first case I am taking here, this is temperature is theta. So I wish to take here this temperature as theta. So this theta minus of initially we have how much? 100, right or wrong? So I would like to take here theta minus of 100 degrees whole divided by the resistance is R1 plus second wala case I am going to take here, again it is going to be what? Theta minus of 100 whole divided by the resistance R2. Okay? And then finally I can take here theta minus of 0, theta minus of 0 whole divided by resistance R3 equals 0. Okay? So now what I am going to do is here, basically theta, so theta is nothing but the temperature which we need to find out, theta minus 100 by R1, theta minus of 100 by R2, theta minus 0 by R3. Okay, great. Let's come back to the point. Theta minus of 100 whole divided by R1, R can be taken as L by Ka. So I would like to take here the length as L, assume that the dimensions to be same but the areas are different in this case. You can see here K1 and K2 are different. So I can say here length I am taking L whole divided by its conductivity is going to be K, while K1 and its area I wish to take it as A by 2. Let's go for the next case. I am taking here theta minus of 100 as it is whole divided by length by the second part is going to be K2 into area is going to be what? A by 2. Finally last one I would like to take here, this is theta, and R3 is going to be, this is going to be L by K3 into its whole area I wish to take it as A. Now when you are simplifying, this part is equals to how much? 0. Now I can take here anyhow the areas L by A can be taken out constant from the denominator side, and when you take out common, so you are going to get theta minus of 100 multiplied by 2 here. You can take here 2, and also this 2 won't come here, sorry for this. So here this 2 will go somewhere like in the denominator itself. So I can take here directly. So this K1 will go to the numerator side. Well, the value of K1 already he mentioned us in the question, that's going to be 60. So I would like to take here 60 by, this is going to be 2, plus K2 will go to the numerator side, which is going to be 120 into theta minus of 100 whole divided by, this is nothing but 2. This 2 will come to this side now. that is what? So this part. And the finally, this is nothing but theta, and K3, the value of K3 is 135. So 135 into theta whole divided by, you will be getting here as that is nothing you will get here on this side. So no LCM. So by 1 I will like for my convenience. Okay? Let's come back to the point. So now 2 1s, 2 30s. So now 30 into theta minus of 3000 plus 2 1s, 2 60s. So 60 into theta minus of 6000 plus 135 theta equals what here? 0. Now I can take here, I would like to add all the theta terms. So 60 plus 30 is going to be how much? 90. And 90 plus 135 is going to be how much? 90 plus 100 I can take here is nothing but 190. 190 plus 35 is going to be 225. So I would like to take here 225 minus 6000 and minus 3000 is going to be minus 9000. I can send this minus 9000 on the other side. So now this part theta will be equal to 9000 divided by 225. That is what your final result. If you divide, you will get the final result that will be expressed in terms of temperature. I hope you got my point. Let's go for the next case. Final part. Okay, find the radius of curvature of the common surface of two bubbles. So we need to find out the radius of curvature of common surface of two bubbles. So this question has been repeatedly asked many times, and this is also discussed in our resonance classroom. Basically, if you are talking about this part, so he said that the first surface is bigger and the other surface is the smaller one. So you can take this is going to be the radius as R1, while the second part you are going to take the radius as R2. Hope you know that the pressure is inversely proportional to the radius. Now I can take here that, which means already he said that the radius R1 is greater than R2 here. So directly I can say pressure P1 is less than P2. Pressure P1 is less than P2. So therefore I can say that the total pressure in this case is going to be what? So P2 minus of P1. So I can take here directly, this is going to be what? PT is can be taken as, that is 4T by R equals to, this is going to be what? 4T by R2 minus of 4T by R1. If you take out 4T common, so you are going to get 1 by R equals to, this is going to be what? R1 minus of R2. Okay, you can take 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2, or you can take the LCM R1 minus R2 by R1 R2, and finally R will be equal to how much? R1 R2 by R1 minus R2. So this will be final result. In my view, if you remember the final result, hopefully majority of the student had remembered this part. So if you remember, it will be helpful for your next sessions. Let's go for the next question. The charge Q is placed at the mid edge of an imaginary cube of side A. Then he is saying us to find out the net flux passing through the cube. So if you are taking this basically a rough cube, I am just drawing for our understanding purpose. So this is nothing but the cube which is being taken here. So you can connect this part here, and he said that it has been placed at the mid edge of the imaginary cube, one imaginary cube, and on its mid edge is there. So that means here I can clearly state that in front of this one cube, above this one cube, back side of this one cube, that means this edge will be divided into how many parts? 4 parts. So therefore, according to the final part, that is Gauss law, is nothing but net flux is equals to 1 by epsilon naught times the net charge. So I can say the final result for this part is saying he's showing the flux. So therefore net flux is going to be what? 1 by epsilon naught times the net charge will be divided into 4 parts. So therefore the final answer is going to be how much? That is Q by 4 epsilon naught. Okay, let's go for the next case. Right, so this is the final conclusion. So now, in this conclusion, we have come with certain conclusions. I would like to invite Mohit Bhatia sir, please come in, sir.
So I hope we have completed this all discussion of this particular chapter, right? Particular test rather. So before we go any further, we want to just conclude that what are the important questions or maybe the formulas that we learned out of this whole discussion. So we tried to list it down. Maybe it can be in order or a little disordered, but let's say we had questions on capacitors. So the relevant formula which we used in the question number 1, which was Q is equals to CV or C prime is KC, like when we insert a dielectric slab. So capacitance becomes K times. Based on this formula, there was question number 1. Going for question number 2, it was based on cavity problem. So whenever it's a cavity problem, I total minus I removed, like moment of inertia of the total body minus moment of inertia of the removed part about the same axis, right? Third, we went through this formula of, obviously in the same formula we used parallax theorem also, right? Next, there was basic questions from atom, where we had this formula lambda equals to h by p, and obviously we used this concept also v proportional z by n. By the way, in question number 3, which we discussed, where it was ground state to excited state, we got the value 1 by 4. The option should be 1 by 4 or the question should be excited to ground state. So that then the option will match with the answer. So ultimately, based on this formula, we got the answer of the number 3. There was some dimension-based question. There was some energy conservation-based question. If you conclude this, sir, can you change? Okay. Obviously, there was some question on sound wave. There was one question on sound wave. That question, we use the formula of velocity of sound wave in fluid. Also, we use this frequency formula. So we just note down that we need to know that frequency in a closed organ pipe and frequency in the open organ pipe formula will be what. So just keep this in mind. Next was gravitation-based problem, again cavity-based. Calorimetry, there was there was one question where the formula number 9 is on that. Number 10, there is lens formula, right? Lens makers formula more precisely. We had this combination of lens-based questions in this test in shift 1. We had questions on silvering of lens, which was one of the most challenging questions. Okay, going forward, we did some question from this properties of fluids, right? Where this bubble question was there, where we used this formula, 1 by r of the common surface will be 1 by r minus 1 by r2. Next, we went through again this formula in lambda 2 pi r to do this problem on again atom-based question. Fringe width formula lambda d by d, where we realized that fringe width depends on lambda of the particular wavelength. So if the medium changes, lambda changes. Then we went through this formula. There was a question on projectile motion. This formula was there, range and time period based. So we can conclude that we can have more questions like this in another shift also. We discussed about flux. We had last question on flux, right, by the way, and it was a very simple straight question. So maybe flux formula is also very, very relevant for us. Lens formula, again, we noted down. There was one of the question which was one of the most challenging question which I discussed, which was velocity of image based question, where we use this formula velocity equals to minus of m square velocity of object. Halaki, it should be respect to pole. Vi respect to pole equals to minus of m square vu respect to pole. So these are the, and there was one question from semiconductor which was based on basic concepts of what is forward bias and reverse biased. And we have named potentiometer, but actually not potentiometer, but somewhat relevant to potentiometer or like that around. Concept is there was one question, right? Covering all this, I hope, and there was one more question which sir covered based on KCL, right? So I hope we all have concluded that which formulas and what formulas were very crucial for us. I hope this session helped you a lot. Might be this will help you to understand that what type of question pattern can be there in the next forthcoming exam. So all the best for your exams. Keep learning, keep growing. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. All the best for your exam. Thank you.
Hello students, now I am going to be discuss JEE Mains 2025 first shift paper. Let us discuss the paper, right? Right, what is the first question? Which of the following lanthanide ion has 7 electrons in the outermost shell? This is actually easy question. Right, so europium they given what is the atomic number? 63. And gadolinium they given what is the atomic number? 64. What is the electronic configuration of europium? 4f7. Okay, 5d0, 6s2. In the +3 oxidation state, uranium +3, what is its electronic configuration? 4f6, 6h0. So in the outermost electronic configuration, it does not having the 7 electrons, so this is not the option. Right, now you people can take gadolinium, atomic number is 64. What is the electronic configuration in the ground state? 4f7, 5d1, 6s2. In the gadolinium +3 oxidation state, what is the electronic configuration we get? 4f7, 5d0, 6s0. This is the ion having the F7 7 electrons in the outermost shell. So answer is B. B is the correct option. Right. Right. Second question is, this question somewhat moderate question. Okay. Right. Number of linear compounds in the given question. Okay. I3 minus. You people can take I3 minus. So what is the electronic, what is the steric number? Steric number is 7 plus 1 plus 2 by 2, then 10 by 2. 5, what is the hybridization? sp3d. and it having the linear structure. Okay. 3 lone pairs are there. Linear, yes. This is one. Second one, NO2. What is the hybridization? Okay, 5 plus. It has the bend shape. This is not option. This is also bend shape. This is not option. NO2 plus 4 plus 0, 5 plus, 5 plus 0 minus 1 by 2. 4 by 2. 2 sp hybridization. Then what is it has the linear shape. BeCl2, you know that sp hybridization, it also having the linear, it also having the linear, it does not having the linear. Sp linear, this is also having the linear. How many compounds having the linear structure? 6. Answer is 6. Option is D. And next one, given the weight of organic compound 180 grams and weight of the AgCl precipitated is 143.5 grams. Calculate the percentage of chlorine in the organic compound. Percentage of chlorine is equals to 35.5 by 143.5 into weight of AgCl given by weight of organic compound into 100. Okay. Then percentage of chlorine is equals to 35.5, 143.5, weight of AgCl given 143.5 by 180 into 100. Then this one get cancelled. Upon solving, we get the 19.72%. Then what is the answer? D is the option. Right now? Right. Next question. Electrolysis of which compound gives H2S2O8? Okay. Right. So you people can take electrolysis of dilute H2SO4. Dilute H2SO4 does not give H2S2O8 peroxide disulfuric acid. Okay. You can take concentrated H2SO4. Okay, concentrated H2SO4 upon decomposition, upon electrolysis, it gives the what? H plus HSO4 minus. Okay, cation moves towards to cathode, anion moves towards to anode. Okay, this one gives the hydrogen gas, this one gives the H2S2O8 at anode. Then what is the answer? C is the answer, right? Next question. Which of the following EN order is incorrect? Yes, first one is right. Second one is also right. Third one is also right. If you observe the fourth one, these are all present in period. What is the period? Magnesium, aluminum, boron and nitrogen. Right, in the period from left to right, En is increases. Then what is the correct order? Magnesium less than, Al less than, boron less than, nitrogen. That is the correct order, but the given order is this one. This is wrong. So what is the incorrect? The option D is the incorrect, and option you have to give D option, right? Next question. Okay. Which of the following statement is not true for radioactive decay? This is the some tricky question. Generally, rate constant for normal reactions, it depends on the temperature. But in radioactive elements, lambda or decay constant, it does not depends on the temperature. It does not depends on the temperature. What they given? Decay constant does not depends on the temperature is the correct option, so this is not option. What they asked not true, so that this is not option. You have to decay constant increases with increase. Decay constant of radioactive element not depends on the temperature. What they given? Decay constant increases with increase in temperature. That is the wrong option. So that option you have to give. Not true option we have to give. Then what is the correct answer? B is the correct answer. And the next one, 10 power minus 4 NaCl and 10 power minus 3 NaCl, 10 power minus 2 NaCl, 10 power minus 4 urea order, increasing order of boiling point. Increasing in boiling point, decrease in freezing point, or RLVP, or osmotic pressure, directly proportional to number of solute particles or directly proportional to particle concentration. Okay, increase in boiling point, decrease in freezing point, and relative lowering in vapor pressure and what? Osmotic pressure, directly proportional to particle concentration. Here we have to calculate the particle concentration, right? 10 power minus 4 NaCl. What is the particle concentration? 2 into 10 power minus 4 m. In the first option, what is the particle concentration we get? 2 into, second option, 2 into 10 power minus 3 m, because it having the how many particles? 2 particles. Third one, 2 into 10 power minus 4 m. Fourth one, urea, 1 particle, it does not undergoes the dissociation. Then what is the order? Third option is not 10 power minus 4, it is 10 power minus 2. So highest particle concentration is present, it having the highest boiling point. Then third one is highest. After that, third after highest particle concentration present in second, after that first one, after that fourth one. Then answer is A. A is the, sorry, A, not A, B is the correct answer. B is the correct answer, right? So this is for now. Next session will continue by Kishore sir.
Hello my dear students, this is Dr. Kishore and we are going to discuss about 2025 day 1 session 1 question paper. After that Srinivas sir, in that continuation, question is, which of the following acid is a vitamin? This is one of the easiest question. And saccharic acid, aspartic acid, adipic acid is, and ascorbic acid. Ascorbic acid is a vitamin C. So it is one of the answer. So answer is D. The structure of ascorbic acid. So this is the structure of ascorbic acid, and ascorbic acid is considered as a vitamin C. Then next question is, how many different stereoisomers are possible for the given molecule? Here, number of stereogenic centers. Here double bond is there, it is one of the stereogenic center, and here one of the chiral center is there. So that is one of the stereogenic center. So this molecule having 2 stereogenic centers. It is an unsymmetrical molecule. So number of stereoisomers is equal to 2 to the power of n. N is nothing but number of stereogenic centers, that is 2. So 2 to the power of 2, totally 4. So answer is A. If you go for the next question, IUPAC name. So it is one of the difficulty question for the students. We can say that moderate to difficulty question. And in this case, 2 functional groups are given. Ester functional group and carboxylic acid functional groups are given. In that, according to that IUPAC priority, carboxylic acid having highest priority. So if we start the numbering from that carboxylic acid, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is one of the end functional group, so it is having highest priority instead of that methyl group. Then the nomenclature is considered as a 6-methoxy 2,5-dimethyl 6-oxo. Total number of carbon atoms are 6 in that main chain, so hexanoic acid. So the correct answer is A. Go for the next question. Incorrect statement. A. Melting point of cis-2-butene is greater than trans-2-butene. If you consider that cis-2-butene This is cis-2-butene, and this is trans-2-butene. So in cis and trans, cis having more dipole moment, than trans compound. If you come to that boiling point, cis compound having highest boiling point than trans compound, because dipole-dipole interaction is there. But if you come to that melting point, cis compound having less melting point than trans compound. But here given melting point of cis-2-butene is greater than trans-2-butene, this is a incorrect statement. Now go for the remaining options also. 2-butene can have two geometrical isomers. Yes, one is cis and another one is trans. Dipole moment of cis-butene is greater than trans-2-butene. Yes, cis-2-butene having greater dipole moment than trans-2-butene. This is also correct one. And in trans isomer, identical groups are present in opposite direction. Yes, here methyl groups. Two identical groups are present in opposite direction. So the all B, C, D are the correct options and A is the incorrect. So our answer is A. Go for the next question. This is given from that organic chemistry. Number of reagents are given. So we can say that it is one of the difficulty questions. First of all, nitrobenzene SnHCl is given. This is a reducing agent. Reduction takes place. Then what is the compound we can obtain? Aniline compound we can obtain. Aniline compound, when it is reacts with NaNO2 and HCl, diazotization takes place. Then what is the compound we can obtain? Diazonium salts we can obtain. Third reagent is given Cu2Cl2 and HCl. This is a Sandmeyer reaction. The total entire the group is replaced by chlorine, chlorobenzene we can obtain. Then after sodium diether, so 2 moles of chlorobenzene, sodium and diether. So one of the special particular named reaction is there, that is a Fittig reaction. So in that Fittig reaction, 2 moles of chlorobenzene reacts with sodium metal, we can obtain biphenyl compound. So sodium chloride is removed, then biphenyl compound we can obtain. So biphenyl compound C6H5. So its molecular mass is 154. If you calculate the molecular mass of this one, C12H10, then we can obtain 154. D is the correct option. Next, go for that next question. For tetrachloronickel plus 2 complexes is given. What is the charge on metal and shape of complex respectively? If you consider that tetrachloronickel complex, in that, what is the oxidation number of nickel? So nickel having plus 2, each chlorine having -1 oxidation number. So nickel having plus 2 oxidation number. Nickel atomic number is 28, electronic configuration 3d8, 4s2, 4p0. Now it is in plus 2 oxidation state. So here 2 electrons are removed. Then having electronic configuration 3d8, 4s0, 4p0. Chlorine is a weak field ligand. So it undergoes sp3 hybridization. So sp3 hybridization, it means it is having tetrahedral structure. So plus 2 oxidation state and tetrahedral structure. So our correct answer is A. Go for the next question. The correct decreasing order of electronegativity. Here fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine is given. These are a group of elements. So in that group, as we move from top to bottom, electronegativity values are decreases. So what is the correct answer? Fluorine is greater than chlorine, chlorine is greater than bromine, bromine is greater than iodine. So what is the correct option is there in that? C is the correct option. Remaining questions followed by our CDR sir, Dayakar sir. So sir, please.
Hi, this is Dayakar Reddy, chemistry faculty. We are continuing 2025 JEE Mains questions analysis. Here the given question, CO2 gas plus C solid gives us 2CO. If final pressure of CO2 is 0.6 atm and after equilibrium is established, the total pressure is 0.8 atm. Then find Kp value, find Kp value. So see the here equation, CO2 gas state plus C solid 2CO gas state. This is their existing equilibrium. Initially, how much they given here? CO2, 0.6. So when T equal to 0, before starting of the reaction, it is 0.6. This is 0, 0. After some time, T at equilibrium, they given here. We can write 0.6 minus P. This is solid. Active mass is 1. We don't want to consider. Here 2 into P. This is you have to take. Now total pressure how to write? You have to take sum of the pressure of all gases, sum of the pressure of all gases. Now we can see here P total at equilibrium, T equal to at equilibrium equal to P of CO2 plus P of CO. It is we given 0.6 minus P plus 2P. It is nothing but 0.6 plus P. It is at equilibrium pressure equal to, how much they mention here at equilibrium pressure? 0.8 atm. So I can write here 0.8. Now P equal to how much you will get? P equal to 0.8 minus 0.6, nothing but 0.2. So we got here equilibrium pressures of CO2 as well as CO. What is the equilibrium pressure here? 0.6 minus 0.2, nothing but 0.4, here 0.4. Next 2 into, what's the value? P value 0.2, 0.2. We got here 0.4. Now we know basic expression Kp equal to partial pressure of CO product, this is square by, next solid you have to take, active mass is 1. So P CO2 by substituting here, CO how much here? 0.4, 0.4 square by, what's the value here? 0.4 again, 0.4. So we can cancel square and 0.4, we'll get here 0.4. So which option is matching here? A. This is your right answer. See next question. Yeah, it is very good question. So maybe more chances to do wrong answers here. You can see. Statement 1. CH3OCH2Cl will show nucleophilic substitution by SN1 mechanism in protic medium. Is it correct or not statement? So you can see here CH3OCH2Cl. So we need to get stable cation, stable carbocation. That's the basic idea. That is SN1 reaction, you know very well. So remove the Cl first here. What we can expect here? CH3OCH2 plus Cl minus. Now see, is it stable carbocation or not? Yes, it is stable. It have lone pair of electron. It can show back bonding. So it is stable cation. So first statement is correct. And we can see the second statement. So they given here, given structure will not undergo nucleophilic substitution via SN2 mechanism. Even though it is primary alkyl halide, but it may not be undergo SN2 mechanism. Reason, steric crowding. This is the steric crowding. So SN2 reaction is not favored. What is the reason? Steric crowding. So statement 2 also correct as well as 1 also correct. So which one is matching answer? So first one is answer. Next question. An electron of helium plus is present in third excited state. Find its de Broglie wavelength. How to do this question? So what's the clue point here they mention? We can see helium plus, you know that one, Z equal to how much? To third excited state. I hope you know that one. Third excited state means N equal to 4. We have to take extra one. Find de Broglie wavelength. What is the de Broglie wavelength formula? So we have this a clear relation, 2 pi r nth orbit equal to n lambda. By using this relation, we can solve this question. So Rn equal to, it is a nth orbit radius. So 2 into pi value, you know that one, 3.14 into Rn equal to 0.529 into n square by z. What is the z value here for helium? 2 equal to n lambda. So n and square you can cancel. What is the n value? 4. Substitute the n value. So this 2 and 2 also will be cancelled. 3.14 into 0.529. What's the n value here? 4 equal to lambda. So by solving we can get easily. This one is matching. 4 into 3 approximately 12. 12 into 0.5 6. I think so. Option A is the matching. This is your answer. See, next question also they given again from equilibrium. Previous one we solved that one, chemical equilibrium question. That is also same based on pressure. So one more question also came here. Similar way, very easy this is. We can do it. So first we have to write the equation. So find it is solid state. It may not be contribute in the calculation of equilibrium constant. Active mass equal to how much here? 1, that is the reason. Plus CO2 gas, this is the basic one. Same, you can write if T equal to 0, no equilibrium, am I right? At T equal to equilibrium, so what they mention here? At equilibrium, so you can write this is 2P and P. So CO2 they given here 0.4 and P total pressure 1 atm. So P total equal to 2P plus CO2, that's nothing but 0.4. How much here? 1 atm. Then find the 2P value. How much you can get 2P value here? So 2P equal to 1 minus 0.4. How much will get? 0.6. This is the 2P value. Now we can solve our basic formula again we can use. That's a Kp. So Kp equal to P of NH3 square into P of CO2. So now substitute ammonia how much here? 2P value 0.6. So you can substitute here 0.6 whole square into CO2 how much here? 0.4. At equilibrium they given the question itself. CO2 gas at equilibrium is 0.4. That's value we are substituting. Then substitute here 0.4. After multiplying, what will get answer? So this is your answer. See. So it is also very similar question. Say next question. I enclosed, see, read the question. Enclosed insulated container, a liquid is stirred with a paddle to increase the temperature. Which of the following is true? So what is the clue point here? You can see the here clue point. So insulated container, this is the clue point. Insulated means QV equal to 0. Now they only given the question here, increase the temperature. When temperature changes, internal energy not equal to 0. So internal energy also going to be changed. Then according to first law of thermodynamics, you know that one, delta U or internal energy or delta E equal to Q plus W. It is 0, then this is there and W also is there. They may not be equal to 0. So which option is matching? Q0, delta E and W is not equal to 0. I hope you got it. Right? Next. You can see the next question here. This is the very basic fundamental question. This is from periodic table or classification of elements. See here which option you can find out very easiest way. Most of the time you've done these questions. Direct question, electron affinity. Okay, even your first year you have direct question. This is for board exams also sometimes. Electron affinity you can see here. So electron affinity order. Chlorine is always electron affinity is greater than Cl is greater than fluorine. This everyone you know the statement, basic statement. So remaining is bromine, iodine. So you can see electron affinity D have fourth. So which option is matching? Only one option here. D have fourth option. That is the only one. So you can do answer very easily. And remaining anyway, you can see direct matching. So which one you can choose here? D is 4. So you can choose the option A. This is your answer.
So, hello students. Now see the question. If work function of cesium and francium is given 1.9 and 2.5 electron volt, and they have given if the light 500 nanometer, which element will have photoelectric effect? Which element will have photoelectric effect? Now we can calculate. We know energy is equal to Hc upon lambda, which can be write 1240 upon lambda in nanometer. So what they have given? 1240 divided by 500. So it will be equal to 2.48 electron volt. 2.48 electron volt. And kinetic energy is equal to h nu minus h nu naught. This is work function. Work function. If h nu is greater than h nu naught, if h nu is greater than h nu naught, then that element will show. This is the minimum condition for any element to show photoelectric effect. To show photoelectric effect. And what they have given? Cesium work function they have given. Work function they have given 1.9, and for francium they have given 2.5 electron volt. Now you can see what we are getting. We are getting 2.48 electron volt. 2.48 electron volt. And which side is it having greater? So cesium is having work function smaller than this value. So cesium will show photoelectric effect. Cesium will show photoelectric effect. So only cesium will show, not francium. Not francium. Now next, move to the another question. Question. What they are asking here? Electrolysis of which compound give H2H2O8? H2H2O8. So as you can see, Na2SO4, Na2SO4, H2SO4, H2SO4. So let's take the concentrated H2SO4. Concentrated H2SO4. Concentrated H2SO4 on electrolysis. On electrolysis gives two products. At anode and at cathode. At cathode it gives hydrogen gas. It gives hydrogen gas, and at anode that HSO4 minus will oxidize. It oxidizes into H2H2O8. It oxidizes to H2H2O8. So this will be the product in the case of concentrated H2SO4 when we are going to do what? Electrolysis. So the option number C is the correct here. Now move to the another question. This question. The radius of ground state of hydrogen atom they have given A0, the radius of first excited state of He plus. So what we can write? RHE plus RH in ground state n square upon z, n square upon z. So first excited state, that means n is equal to 2, and for helium Z atomic number is also 2. So RHE plus is equal to radius of hydrogen atom in ground state. What they have given? A0 into 2 square divided by 2. So it will come 2A0. Option number B. Option number B will come. Now move to the another question. This question, which will show positive failing test? Which will show positive failing test? So generally failing test is given by aliphatic aldehyde. Aliphatic aldehyde. Aliphatic aldehyde. Aliphatic aldehyde gives failing test positive, but aromatic aldehyde. Aromatic aldehyde. Aromatic aldehyde does not give this test. Now find out. This is aromatic aldehyde. This one is aromatic aldehyde. Aromatic aldehyde. Aromatic aldehyde. So it will not give. This is ketone. This is ketone functional group. So it will also not give. This one. This is an aliphatic. Aliphatic aldehyde. So aliphatic aldehyde will give positive failing test, and this one is alcohol, so it will also not give. So which one is the correct option? B. Option B is the correct option here. Option B is the correct option here. Option B is the correct option here. So this is all about session 1 chemistry paper. So wish you best of luck and hope you are doing well, and please do well, focus well, be consistent, and do not take more stress. Thank you.
Hello dear student, now we are going to discuss 22nd January shift 1 mathematics paper. Let's see. Okay, so our first question is, let the triangle PQR be the image of the triangle with the vertices 1, 3, 3, 1, 2, 4 in the line x plus 2y equal to 2. If the centroid of the triangle PQR is the point alpha, beta, then value of 15 alpha minus beta. Okay, so there is a triangle. 1 minute. Triangle PQR is the image of this triangle whose vertices are 1, 3, 3, 1, 2, 4. In the line equation is given as x plus 2y equal to 2. Okay, then what you want? Center of this image. So if what will be the center of this triangle? x1 plus x2 plus x3 by 3, that is 2, 8 by 3. So can I say, when we find the image of this triangle in this line, that will be like this one, and center will be the image of center. So just this alpha, beta is the image of center of this triangle. We are going to find alpha, beta by using image formula in this line. So alpha minus x1 by a, that is equal to 1, equal to beta minus 8 by 3 divide by b equal to minus 2. Put the point in equation. 2 plus 2y, that is 16 by 3 minus 2 divide by a square plus b square, that is equal to 5. Okay, so alpha minus 2 by 1 equal to beta minus 8 by 3 by 2 equal to 2 cancel. This one is 32 minus of 32 by 15. Okay, if you simplify this one, alpha equal to 2 minus 32 by 15 and beta is equal to 68 by 3 minus 64 by 15. Okay, what we are getting? This one is minus 2 by 15 and beta is equal to 15 LCM minus 24 by 15. Okay, so what is the value of alpha minus beta? This one minus this one, 22 by 15. If you put value 22 by 15, what we get? Option D will be correct. By the way, this was the normal problem. Next question is, two balls are selected at random 1 by 1 without replacement from the bag containing 4 white and 6 black ball. So actually there is a bag which contain 4 white and 6 black ball. Okay, and we are selecting 2 balls without replacement. Okay, then if the probability that first selected ball is black, given that the second selected ball is also black, it is given that second selected ball is black, we need to find the probability that first one is also black. Okay, so I can use two things, either we use the Bayes theorem or directly we can use conditional probability without using the formula. How to use? They are saying na, it is given that second ball is black. Let me remove out of these 6 black 1 black. So for the first ball we have 5 black only and we have 4 white. Now what we are doing? We want probability that first ball is black. How many are favorable? 5 are favorable and total are 9. Okay, probability is 5 by 9. As they are saying that m by n, GCD, greatest common divisor is 1, that is okay. Then we need m plus n, and what is the m plus n value? That is equal to 14. Now coming to next question. Okay, let the foci of the hyperbola 1 comma 14 and 1 comma minus 12. Okay, so as the x coordinate of the focus is same, it means your hyperbola will be vertical. Okay, so suppose this is the hyperbola. They are saying that focus is 1 comma 14 and 1 comma minus 12. Okay, now they are also saying that this hyperbola is passing through the given point 1 comma 6. So this point is 1 comma 6. Can I say that center will be the midpoint of these two focus? That is equal to 1 comma 1. Okay, now first thing, distance of center from the focus, that will be equal to b na, sorry, BE na. So BE equal to distance of 1 comma 14 and 1 comma 1, 14 minus 1, that is equal to 13. BE equal to 13. And what will be this distance? Center and vertex, that is B. B equal to this one minus this one, that is equal to 5. If you put B equal to 5, you will get E equal to 13 by 5. We got the value of B and E. Now actually what they are asking? They are asking that length of its lattice rectum. To get the length of lattice rectum in vertical form, that is 2a square by b. So you need value of a square also. Let me find here. A square can be written as b square into e square minus 1. Now b square is 25. E square is equal to 169 by 25 minus 1. If you multiply by 25, you will get 169 minus 25, that is equal to 144. So 2a square is 188 by b. B is equal to 5. By the way, these all the options or all the questions by the memory base, and maximum you will get all the questions here correctly. Okay. So 288 by 5. So which option is correct? C. Now next one. Again this was the easy one. Then next question is given as sigma r equal to 1 to n tr. Acha, sigma tr sum of n terms only na. So actually this is Sn. Again this is in your material, same kind of the question in exercise 1 of or reso material. So here Sn. This one is sigma tr na. So sigma tr, if you put r equal to 1 to n, you will get t1 plus t2 till tn. So sum of n term, that is equal to 2n minus 1 into 2n plus 1, 2n plus 3. By the way, if you compare this complete paper with the previous 3-4 year, then this one is average kind of the paper in maths. There should not be any paper easier than this one. Then you need higher marks for the 99 percentile. And if it will be harder, then it might be difficult for you. Okay, so what do you want? Sigma 1 by tr. To get the sigma 1 by tr, first I need rth term. So rth term can be written as sum of r term minus sum of r minus 1 term. Okay, SR we can put from here, SR minus 1. You just put R equal to R minus 1 for SR minus 1. So SR, I am putting N equal to R, 2R minus 1 into 2R plus 1 into 2R plus 3 into 2R plus 5. Okay, by the way, this one was 5. Minus SR minus 1. In denominator we have 64, that is going to be common. SR minus 1 and replaced by R minus 1. This become 2R minus 3. This become 2R minus 1. If you put N, this become 2R plus 1. This become 2R plus 3. So actually at last 2R minus 1, 2R plus 1, 2R plus 3 will be common. From here 2R plus 5 and from SR minus 1, this term, that is 2R minus 3 will remain. Okay. Now here 2R cancel, 5 plus 3 is 8, 8 to 64, 8 time cancel. So finally you got value of TR is equal to 2R minus 1 into 2R plus 1 into 2R plus 3 by 8. Okay. Now as what do you want? Next one you need sigma 1 by TR. 1 by TR, just reciprocal of this term. So 8 by 8 by 2R minus 1 into 2r plus 1 into 2r plus 3. Again, this one is general problem, standard method of miscellaneous, standard type of miscellaneous. So whenever these factors are in AP, we write numerator as last minus first. So I will write this one as 2r plus 3 minus of 2r minus 1 by 2r minus 1 into 2r plus 1 into 2r plus 3. Okay, if you simplify this one numerator, you will get 4 only, but actually there was 8, so I need to divide by 4. This one is 2. If you divide this one by this one by this, r equal to 1 to n, then we put value of r from 1 to n. Once you put r from 1 to n, at last only 2 terms will remain, all other got cancel out. Which 2 term? 1 by 1 into 3 and minus 1 by 2n plus 1 into 2n plus 3. These 2 terms will remain. If you put n equal to infinity, 1 by infinity becomes 0 and your answer will be 2 by 3. Okay, so is there any option? Option number A. Now next one, the number of the non-empty equivalent relation on the set 1, 2, 3. Okay, so here our set is 1, 2, 3. What you want? Equivalent relation. It must reflexive, symmetric and transitive. Again, easy one. First relation must be reflexive, so we include 1, 2, 2 and 3, 3, 4. And this is itself also equivalent relation. Okay, other than this one, now again these 3 do not have any other option, these had to include, there is no any other way. Okay, now next, if you include the remaining element any one, if I try to include, for example, if I include 1, 2, then it is reflective. Now it need to be symmetric, so because of 1, 2 I had to add 2, 1. Now this one is reflexive, symmetric and transitive, so this one is other one. Similarly, in third one, if I keep these 3 same, if I add 1, 3, then I will add 3, 1. This also be equivalent. And in next one, these 3 same, if I add 2, 3, then I will add 3, 2. Okay, this is also equivalent. Here I took the cases when I am just adding only one element from my side, then one we need to add. Now other case when we are adding 2 element at a time. Okay, so 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. If we add 1, 2 and one more 1, 3. Thick, I am just trying to adding one more. If I add 1, 2, I had to add 2, 1. If I am adding 1, 3, again I need to add 3, 1. Now see, this one is symmetric, but it need to be transitive also, no? So 1, 2 and 2, 3 is not there, no problem. 3, 1 and 1, 2, 3, 3, 1 and 1, 2. 3, 1, 1, 2. So what I need to add? 3, 2. If I add 3, 2, I had to add 2, 3. So actually in this case when I am adding 2, I had to add all the remaining also. Other than this one, there will not be any more. So total how many we have? 1, 3 and 1. So total we have 5. Okay. Now for the next question, Simran Man is taking the.
Okay. So let's read this question. We are given from the English alphabets 5 letters are chosen and arranged in alphabetical order. Total number of ways in which M is the middle letter. Very simple. M is the middle one. So before M, 2 letters will come. After M, 2 letters will come. I know in alphabetical series M comes at which position? It is the 13th letter. So before M, because we are arranging the series in increasing order, in dictionary order. So before M, 12 letters are there. Out of 12, I have to choose 2. And we can arrange them in increasing order in just one way. Again, after M, M is the 13 letter. So out of 26, 13 already done. We have 13 remaining. 13 out of 13, again we have to select 2. So 12C 2 into 13C 2. 12 into 11 by 2 into 13 into 12 by 2. When we solve this, we will get option C. Simple. Next one. Okay. Next question. Next question, what are we given? So let fx be a differential. Finding a function, we have a lot of similar question in resonance sheet. So we are given f of 0 equals to 1 and f of x plus y is equals to f of x into f dash y plus f of y into f dash x. Very simple process. Let's put, we are given f of 0. So we'll use this, we'll substitute x as 0, y as 0. If I substitute x as 0, y as 0, I'll get f of 0 is equals to x as 0. So f of 0 into f dash 0 plus f of 0 into f dash 0. Now we are given f of 0 equals to 1. So f of 0 equals to 1. So f dash 0 plus f dash 0, 2 f dash 0 equals to 1. So f dash 0 equals to 1 by 2. Now in the same given equation, I know the value of f dash 0. Now I will substitute y equals to 0 because I have to get the value of f of x. So if I substitute y equals to 0, I will get f of x is equals to f of x into y 0. So f dash 0 is equals to 1 by 2 plus f of y, f of 0 was 1. So 1 into f dash x. From here I can say f of x by 2 is equals to f dash x, or f dash x by f of x is equals to 1 by 2. Integrating both sides, I am completing this question here. So if I integrate both sides, I will get f dash x by f of x integration will be ln mod f of x is equals to 1 by 2 integration x by 2 plus c. Now to get the value of c, we will use the same thing again. Okay. So f of 0, 1, let's substitute x as 0. ln f of 0, ln 1 will become 0, 0 by 2, 0 by 2, 0 plus c. So that means c value is also 0. That means ln f of x equals to x by 2. That means here in the question, ln f of n will be equals to what? ln f of n will be equals to ln f of x is x by 2. So ln f of n will be n by 2. Let's substitute. Summation n is equals to 1 to 100, n by 2, 1 by 2 outside. Summation n is equals to what? Summation n is equals to n into n plus 1 by 2. Now in place of n, I will substitute 100. So 100 into 101 by 2. If I simplify this, 25 into 101, which will be equals to 2525. Okay, let's move to the next question. So they are asking us product of all solutions of the, बहुत simple question. So product of all solutions of the equation, what is the equation given to us? E power 5 ln x whole square plus 3 is equals to x power 8. And they are asking us product of solutions. So in FOM, in resonance sheet, we have dealt with a lot of similar question. Let's take ln on both sides. So here I will get 5 ln x whole square plus 3 equals to 8 ln x. From this, let's take this to left hand side. So I will get what? I will get 5 of ln x whole square minus 8 ln x plus 3 equals to 0. Now this is a quadratic equation in terms of ln x. Now for this quadratic equation, I will get two roots. What will be those two roots? Those two roots will be ln alpha, will be in the form of ln alpha and ln beta. So in questions like this, if you have to get product of root, what will I use? Sum of roots. Whenever this question is there, you are getting questions, quadratic equation in terms of logarithm. So to get product of roots, I will get sum of roots. Similarly, if this was in terms of exponents, to get sum of roots, I will use product of roots. Let's solve. So I will get ln alpha plus ln beta. Sum of roots equals to what? B by A, 8 by 5. So ln x plus ln y is what? Ln xy. Ln alpha plus ln beta will be equals to ln alpha beta. So ln alpha beta is 8 by 5. So alpha into beta equals to e power 8 by 5. So which option is correct? Option number C. Completed. Next question. So what are we given? we are given, okay, in this question correction is there, A6 nahi A4 aayega. So what are we given? A1, A2, A3 are positive terms of increasing GP. Increasing GP means R value will be greater than 1. So we are getting increasing term of positive GP if A1 into A5 is, if A1 into A5 is 28 and A2 plus A4 is 29, A6 पूछा है. Again बहुत simple question. अगर तुम्हें, if you remember one property that I told that is there in resonance sheet, you will be able to do these questions within minute. 1 plus 5 is what? 1 plus 5 is 6 and 2 plus 4 is also 6. So this A1 plus A5 I can write as A1 in A2 into A4. A2 into A4 is equals to 28 and A2 plus A4 is equals to 29. A बहुत simple question, very simple values are given to you guys. You are given product of two numbers 28 and sum of two numbers is 29. Can you think of two numbers whose product is 28 and sum is 29? Those two numbers are going to be 1 and 28. So because increasing series, smaller term will be 1, the larger term will be the bigger number 28. A2 1, A4 28. Now very easily we can solve. AR is equals to 1. A4 AR cube equals to 28. Divide first equation, second equation. Divide 2 by 1. So what will happen? AA cancelled. R square equals to 28. Now let's see what are they asking us. They are asking us the value of A6. Can I write A6 as AR power 5? Now in this I know the value of A into R. R power 5 I am writing is R into R power 4. AR was 1 and R power 4. R square is 28. So R power 4 will be 28 square. It will be 28 square. So what are we going to get? 1 into 28 square. So any option is 28? Option D. Easy. Moving forward to the next question. So next question, what are you given? You are given, find the area inside the circle x minus 2 root 3 whole square plus y square equals to 12. So you are given x minus 2 root 3 whole square plus y square. Can I write 12 as 2 root 3 whole square as well? 2 root 3 whole square. Okay, so this value and this value is equal. So what are you going to get? You are going to get a circle whose center is what? Whose center is 2 root 3 comma 0 and radius is 2 root 3. So it will just touch origin like this. Okay. Now pen not available. What is the next equation? Next equation is y square equals to 2 root 3x. So this is a right-handed parabola. Again, standard right-handed parabola. It is going to look like this. Now they are asking us this area. Let's find point of intersection first. So if I solve these two, what am I going to get? I am going to get x minus 2 root 3 whole square. That will become x square plus 12 minus 4 root 3. In place of y square, I can write 2 root 3x is equals to 2 root 3 whole square 12. 12 cancel. X is either 0 minus 4 root 3 plus 2 root 3 or 2 root 3. When I put x equals to 0, I will get y equals to 0. When I put x equals to 2 root 3. So y square is equals to 2 root 3 into 2 root 3, 12. Y square 12, y will be equals to plus or minus 2 root 3. Alright? Nice. So you are getting, this point was clearly visible, 0, 0. This is 2 root 3, this point, if I draw the diagram properly, will be right here. Center, just above the center. Here. Let me rewrite the diagram again. Circle, and then the parabola will just intersect just above the center at 2 root 3. So they are asking us this distance, this area and this area, sorry. So let's start. Okay, so if you see, what will be this area? This will be a semicircle. So you are going to get area of semicircle minus area between the parabola and the double ordinate. This line, it is perpendicular to the axis of the parabola. So this is double ordinate. So in our sheet we have given this formula. What is area between parabola and double ordinate? Area between parabola and double ordinate is 2/3 area of rectangle. So 2/3 area of rectangle. What is area of rectangle? This distance is 2√3. This distance is 2√3. So 2√3 plus 2√3, we are going to get 4√3 into this distance. It is 2√3. So we are getting 3 and √3 cancel, 16. And what's the area of semicircle? Radius is 2√3. So area of semicircle is equals to what? Area of semicircle will be pi r square by 2. So pi into r square. R square is 12/2, 6 pi. So we are going to get 6 pi minus area between the parabola and double ordinate. This area, if I subtract, 6 pi minus 16. Next question. Okay. So differential equation question. You are given a differential equation where x is the dependent variable and y is the independent variable. Let's simplify this. Y square dx plus x minus 1 by y dy is equals to 0. So now what will I try to do is, I will divide this equation with dy and y square. So I will get dx by dy, y square cancel. Here dy will get cancelled, x by y square. 1 by y square, 1 by y cube. I am sending it to right hand side. So we can clearly see this is a linear differential equation. All of us know how to solve this. Let's find integrating factor first. Integrating factor, what are we going to get? E power coefficient of x 1 by y square dy. So e power minus 1 by y. Now solution is equals to x into integrating factor. X into e power minus 1 by y is equals to integration of integrating factor e power minus 1 by y into the term on right hand side. What do we have on right hand side? 1 by y cube dy. Let's simplify this. X into e power minus 1 by y is equals to integration of e power minus 1 by y into 1 by y cube. 1 by y cube I can write as minus 1 by y into minus 1 by y square dy. If I substitute minus 1 by y as t, what are we going to get? 1 by y square dy as dt. So my equation will become x into e power minus 1 by y, left hand side is going to stay the same, is equals to e power t, this is also t, and this will become dt. We have one minus sign here, let's keep it outside. Now inside the bracket I am doing minus 1 plus 1. So if you see, it has become the formula e power x into f of x plus f dash x. So I can write this as x into e power minus y. So e power x into f bracket mein f of x plus f dash x. What will be the integration? E power x into f of x plus c. Let's solve. E power t into f of x minus outside t minus 1 plus c. And what was the value of t? The value of t was minus 1 by y. So x into e power minus 1 by y is equals to e power minus 1 by y minus 1 by y minus 1 plus c. I will take this minus sign inside. Both of these terms will become positive. So x into e power minus 1 by y is equals to e power minus 1 by y plus 1 plus c. Now let's get the value of c. X of 1 is 1. That means if I put y equals to 1, x will also be 1. So 1 into e power minus 1, e power minus 1, 1 by e is equals to e power minus 1, 1 by e, 1 plus 1, 2 plus c. So c equals to minus 1 by e. Let's substitute the value of c here. So what are we going to get? X into e power minus 1 by y is equals to e power minus 1 by y plus 1 plus c c was equals to minus 1 by e. Now put y equals to 1 by 2 to get the value of x. So if I put y equals to 1 by 2, I will get x is equals to 3 minus e. Option C. Next question, you are given, let mod z I equals to 1. I am given modulus of the complex number is 1 for all I equals to 1, 2, 3, mod z1, mod z2, mod z3 all are 1, satisfying this condition, and where a and b are rational numbers such that arg z1 is pi by 4. Okay. So what will be z1? Z1 is equals to mod z1 into cos theta. What is cos theta? Cos pi by 4 plus iota sine pi by 4. So what am I going to get? 1 by root 2 plus iota by root 2. 1 plus iota by root 2. Similarly, what are you given arg z2? Arg z2 is 0. That means z2 will be purely real number. If z2 is a purely real number, then and its mode is 1, what will be z2? Z2 will be equals to 1. And z3. Z3 argument is minus pi by 4. That means it is conjugate of z1. If it is conjugate of z1, it will be 1 minus iota by root 2. Now let's put these values in this expression. Magnitude of z1 bar. Z1 bar will be 1 minus iota by root 2 into z2. Z2 bar. Z2 bar, z1 bar into z2, it will be 1. Plus z2 bar. Z2 bar. Z2 bar will be 1 into z3. 1 minus iota by root 2 again. Plus plus what are we getting? Z3 bar into Z1. Z3 bar will be 1 plus iota by root 2 into Z1. Z1 is equals to what? Z1 is equals to 1 plus iota by root 2. Let's simplify this first. So here LCM 1 plus 1 will become 2 minus 2 iota by root 2 plus 1 plus iota whole square. 1 plus iota whole square will be 1 square 1 minus iota square minus 1 plus 2 iota by root 2 into root 2 2. Cancel. 2 by root 2 minus root 2 iota plus 2 iota by 2 I am going to get plus iota square square square. Okay, so I can write this as root 2 minus 1 whole square iota. Now you know what is mod x plus y iy whole square. It is equals to x square plus y square. Real part square plus imaginary part square. So what are you going to get? Root 2 square. Root 2 square is equals to 2 plus root 2 minus 1 whole square. Okay, so now we know that mod x plus iy whole square equals to x square plus y square. 1 minute. Is equals to x square plus y square. So we are going to get root 2 square 2 plus root 2 minus 1 whole square, which is going to be equals to 2 plus 1 minus 2 root 2. So we are going to get 5 minus 2 root 2. So real part, yeah, e is equals to 5, b equals to minus root 2. On comparison, we are going to get third option, 5 comma minus root 2. Okay, let's move to the next slide. So in the next slide you are given, let S1 be a circle in second quadrant having radius 2. You are given a circle in second quadrant having radius 2. In this question I think something is missing. It is okay, it is touching the both coordinate axes. At its circle is touching both coordinate axes. And another circle having center 2, 5 and radius r intersect S at two different points. Then they are asking us about the range of R. So first, if circle is touching both coordinate axes and its radius is how much? 2. So what will be the center of circle? Remember, circle lies in second quadrant, so center of circle will be minus 2 comma 2. This is C1, and center of second circle is 2 comma 5. R1, radius of this circle is 2. R2 we are given as R, and circle intersects at how many different points? At 2 points. So what is the condition for that? We have C1 C2 is less than R1 plus R, greater than mod R1 minus R2. So mod R minus 2 is less than C1 C2, distance between the circles 2 minus plus 2 under root 4 square 16 plus 5 minus 2 9 less than R1 2 plus R. So this is 5 is R plus 2 plus R or R plus 2 mod R minus 2. So from here I have R plus 2 is greater than 5, R is greater than 3. If R is greater than 3, obviously mod R minus 2 less than 5, I can say R minus 2 is less than 5. This is positive number, so R is less than 7. R is greater than 3 and R is less than 7. So R will lie in which interval? R will belong to open interval 3 comma 7. So let's move to the next slide.
Okay, so coming to next question, let the parabola y equal to x square plus px minus 3 cut the coordinate axis at p, q and r. Okay, no problem. Let me draw the graph, x axis, y axis, and this one is the parabola randomly. Y equal to x square plus px and minus 3. So can I say point of intersection with y axis, x equal to 0, y will be minus 3. Okay, and suppose these are the point. They are saying that coordinate axis points are p, q and r. Okay, now after that a circle with the center minus 1 comma 1 passing through p, q and r. A circle with the center minus 1 comma 1, this one minus 1 comma minus 1, and passing through p, q, r. Suppose this is the randomly any circle. Okay, now can I say this distance will be the radius? So at least equation of circle we are getting. Center is minus 1 comma minus 1, so x plus 1 whole square plus y plus 1 whole square equal to r square. Okay, radius will be this distance of center minus 1 comma minus 1 from 0 comma minus 3. If you find root over x1 minus x2 whole square plus y1 minus y2 whole square, that is equal to root 5. Okay, so r square will be 5. Now actually this circle is also passing through p and q now. So to get the point of intersection with x axis in this equation, I am putting y equal to 0. If we put y equal to 0, x plus 1 whole square plus 1 equal to 5. So x plus 1 whole square equal to 4, x plus 1 equal to plus minus 2, x equal to plus 1 or minus 3. Okay, so this point is minus 3 comma 0 and this point is 1 comma 0. Now what they are asking? They are asking area of the triangle PQR. This is PQR. 1 by 2 base into height. What will be the base? Base is this distance, that is 4, and height will be this perpendicular distance, that is 3, and what we got area as 6. Okay, is there any option is given? Area of the triangle PQR, we got 6 here, none of these. Okay, so next question. 7 10x power 8 plus 7 10x power 6 minus 3 10x power 4 minus 3 10x square. I1 equal to 0 to pi by 4 fx dx, I2 equal to 0 to pi by 4 x fx dx. Find 7 I1 plus 12 I2. So first for the fx I am simplifying it. In these two, 7 10 square x common, sorry 10x power 6 common. So this is 10 square x plus 1 can be written as sec square x. In these two, minus of 3 10 square x common, then again 10 square x plus 1 can be written as sec square x. Okay, now sec square x common, we are getting 7 10x power 6 minus 3 10 square x into sec square x. This is our fx. Now what is the I1? I1 is just simply integration from 0 to pi by 4 fx dx, fx is this one, 7 tan 6x minus 3 tan square x into sec square x. Okay. Now if we assume tan x equal to t, then sec square goes to dt. Okay. So I1 equal to 7 t power 6 minus 3, just a minute. Okay, so 7 t power 6 minus 3 t square into sec square x dx become dt. If you put x equal to 0, then t will be 0, pi by 4, then it is 1. If you integrate t power 7 and this will be t power 3, upper limit minus lower limit, you are going to get 0. Okay, so I1 is 0. Now what we need to find? I2 also. I2 equal to this one, 0 to pi by 4. 0 to pi by 4 x into fx. Fx is same, 7 tan x power 6 minus 3 tan square x into sec square x. Again we are assuming tan x equal to t for simplification. So in I2 what we are getting? This x become tan inverse t, because tan x equal to t now, so x equal to tan inverse t. This is 7 t power 6 minus 3 t square, and sec square x into dx become dt. It is 0 to 1. Okay, in same way. Now what we do? We use integration by part. This one is first and this one is second. Okay, now we need some space. So by the way, what was the previous? I2 was 0 to 1 tan inverse x into 7 t power 6, sorry, tan inverse t minus by the way that was 3t square something na dt. 1 minute, let me check. Is there 3t square? Correct. Okay, so again I2 equal to 0 to 1 tan inverse t, that was 7 t power 6 minus 3t square dt. We are using this one as first and this one as second. We use integration by part. So first function tan inverse t, integration of second t power 7 minus t cube, limit is 0 to 1 minus 0 to 1, differentiation of first 1 by 1 plus t square, integration of second t power 7 minus t cube into dt. Okay, if you put upper limit 1, this part becomes 0. If you put 0, also it will be 0. So actually this one is 0, minus 0 to 1, in numerator t power 3 common. So what we have here? T power 4 minus 1, that can be written as t square minus 1 into t square plus 1 by we have t square plus 1 into dt. This t square plus 1 got cancel out. Now finally we can integrate it. So 0 to 1 t power 5 minus t power 3 into dt. If you just simply integrate, you will get your answer. Okay, next one. Next question is, if A be a 3 by 3 square matrix such that determinant of A is equal to minus 2, that they give, and we need determinant of adjoint of minus 6, adjoint of 3A. Okay, this value we need. By the way, this same kind of the question came in your RSC also in Reza student. So first determinant of this one, 1 minute, let me check I wrote the data correctly only now. Okay, so determinant, now what we know, that determinant of adjoint of A, that is equal to det A power n minus 1, n is equal to 3, that become 2. If you remove this adjoint, minus 6 adjoint of 3A whole power, what will come? 2. Okay, now if we write this minus 6 out, then minus 6 power 3 will come, and adjoint of 3A determinant, okay, whole square as it is. Now this one is 2 power 3, again you write out, then minus 6 power 6 will come, so 2 power 6 into 3 power 6, then adjoint of 3A whole square, 2 power 6, 3 power 6, again adjoint of 3A, that can be written as det of 3A whole square, and already square, total power become 4, then 2 power 6, 3 power 6, total power is 4, Then 3 out, 3 can be 3 power n, that is 3, and determinant of a. Determinant of a is given as minus 2. So if you put here 2 power 6, 3 power 6, 3 power 12, minus 2 power 12, minus 2 power 4, it means 2 power 4. Okay, so finally you are getting 3 power 18 and 2 power 10. By the way, actually might be when we attach this question here, something is missed in actual question, but procedure is same, exactly same. Okay, nothing to worry. Next, we can compare m and n. Using the principal values of the inverse trigonometric function, the sum of maximum and minimum value of this complete value. By the way, in exactly this question is 16 times of sec inverse x whole square plus cosec inverse x whole square. Same kind of the question you will see in the lecture note of resonance, but that was sin inverse x whole square plus cos inverse x whole square. Okay, now they are saying interval is also given, that is not written here, but x belongs to 0 to pi. Okay, sorry, it is not given. Now sec inverse x, I am writing cosec inverse x as pi by 2 minus sec inverse x, okay, whole square. Let me assume sec inverse x as t. You can use a square plus b square also, but this will be better one. Now can I say that t belongs to range of sec inverse is 0 comma pi. Okay, so suppose it is y equal to 16 times of this one is t square and this one is pi by 2 minus t whole square. Okay, now this is the parabola y equal to 16 times. If we expand it, then t square 2t square minus 2ab term minus pi t and plus pi square by 4. Okay, now this is the parabola. Okay, and if you draw the graph, then vertex will be this one, minus b by 2a comma minus d by 4a. So minus b by 2a will be pi by 2. Okay, sorry, pi by 4. And our interval is 0 to pi. T is from 0 to pi na, so it is pi by 4. So 0 suppose here and pi is here. So in this interval, this is the graph. So actually minimum value is at pi by 4 and maximum value is at pi. Okay, so at pi by 4, what is the minimum value? Minimum small m, suppose it is minimum, that is equal to minus d by 4a. Y coordinate of the vertex na, so minus d by 4a. I am writing this 16 as it is. Okay, so 16 as it is, minus of d will be b square minus 4ac, pi square minus 4ac will be 2 pi square by 4a equal to 8. Okay, so what we got, this one is pi square by 8 to 16, 2 time cancel, 2 pi square. So this is the minimum value. Now maximum value occur at pi. At pi value is maximum. So capital M, that is maximum, that will be f pi. You just put t equal to pi here. So what it will be, 16 pi square plus pi by 2 minus pi by 2 whole square pi square by 4. If you multiply by 16 pi square plus 4 pi square. So what we got total, 20 pi square. Okay, so maximum is the 20 pi square and minimum is the 2 pi square. So what will be the sum? Sum will be 22 pi square. Next question. A is 1 to 10 is a set. A is a set 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Okay. Now B is a set of the element m by n, where m is less than n. M always be less than n. And the greatest common divisor of m comma n is 1, then nb, number of element in set B. Okay, so what is the condition? M by n form, where m is less than n. Okay, this case. So what I do, I will take the case for m, because m and n both belongs to A only na. So if m is 1, then m should be less than n. So n can be 2 to 10, anything, 2, 3, 4. In every case n will be greater than m. So how many options we have for n? In this case we have 9 options. 2 to 10, anything you can take. If m is exactly equal to 2, then acha, by the way, they are saying one more thing. Greatest common divisor of mn is equal to 1. It means they do not have any common factor. So in this case, what n can be? N will be greater than m, and GCD should be 1 only. So n can be 3, n can't be 4 because 4, then GCD will be 2 now. Then it can be 5, it can be 7, it can be 9, and it can't be 10. So total how many options we have? 4. If m is 3, now n will be greater than 3 if you start with 4. This can be 4, this can be 5, GCD will be 1, 6 na, then greatest common divisor will be 2, 7 is possible, 8 is also possible, 9 is not possible, 10 is also possible. Total how many cases we have? 5. Then if m is 4, then what are the possible value of n? It can be 5, it can't be 6, it can be 7, it can't be 8, it can be 9, and it can't be 10. So 3 cases. If it is 5, then how many cases we have for n? It can be 6, 7, 8, 9 also possible. So 4. If it is 6, then what are the possible cases? 7, 8 will not be possible, 9 also will not be possible, 10 also will not be possible. Only 1. In case of 7, 8 is possible, 9 is also possible, 10 is also possible. Total how many ways? 3. In case of 8, then 9 is possible, 10 is not possible, 1 way. In case of 9, only 10 is possible. Okay, so there is only one number of ways. Let me write. So there is only 1. Okay, so total how many number of options we have? If we add all, then what we are getting? 9, 9, 18, 18 and 7, 25, 25 and 5, 30 and 1, 31. Is there any option? 31 is the correct. By the way, in this complete paper, what I believe that if you are getting approx 50 marks, you might cross the 99 percentile in math subject. Okay, next question is sigma. By the way, paper was exactly what they need to give, that kind of thing. 11C 2R plus 1 by 2R plus 2. Okay, so there is one formula which I am going to use. NCR by R plus 1 equal to N plus 1 CR plus 1 by N plus 1. Okay, so if you use that formula, this become 12C 2R plus 2 by 12, and sigma R equal to 0 to 5. That 1 by 12 will be out. Then if you put R from 0 to 5, what you will get? 12C2 first, then put R equal to 1, 12C4 and 12C6, 12C8. Then if you put R equal to 4, then 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, then this become 10, 12C10 and 12C12. Okay, if you, there is only one even is missing, that is 12C0. If you add 12C0, then subtract 12C0. 12C0 is 1 now. Then 12C0 plus 12C2 plus 12C4 till 12C12. That will be 2 power n minus 1. It means 2 power n minus 1, n is 12 now. So what it will be? 11. Okay. So what you got? You got 2 power 11 minus 1 by 12. So is there any correct answer? Option A. Next one. Let a coin is tossed thrice. Let the random variable x, x tail follows our head and the mean of. Actually, that question should be like, let a coin is tossed thrice. Let the random variable x represent the tails followed by head, and the mean of x is mu and variance is sigma square. Then what we want? Value of 64 into mu plus sigma square. Okay, so if you throw a coin, if you toss a coin thrice, total how many outcomes we have? That is equal to 8. So those all 8 I am writing here. Head, 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 tail, head, tail, head, head, tail, 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 head, head, tail, head, tail, 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 head, and tail, tail, tail. Okay, these are the total all possible outcome. What is the x represent? X represent number of tails following the head. Okay, so how many tails we after the head? Sorry, head after tail or random variable x, tail follows by the head. You need tail after head. So in this complete, is there any tail after head? No. So this x is the number of tail followed by the head. So number of tail followed by the head can be 0 now. For example, in this case, number of tail followed by head is 0. In this case, number of tail followed by head is 1. Here tail followed by head, that is 1. Tail followed by head, that is 1. There is no tail followed by head now. So here tail followed by head 0. Here tail followed by head, that is 1. Tail followed by head 0. Tail followed by head 0. Okay, so there are only two possible value of x, 0 and 1. And what you want? Mu and sigma square. Mu is the mean, sigma square is the variance. So you need to use probability distribution. So first I am writing probability distribution. These are the value of x, 0 and 1, and these are their corresponding probability. How many times x will be 0? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 by 8, it means 1 by 2. How many times x will be 1? That is 4. 4 by 8, it means 1 by 2. What is the mu? Mu formula is sigma xi into pi. So this one into this one 0, plus this one into this one 1 by 2. What you got? 1 by 2. Then next is sigma square. Sigma square is variance. What is the formula? Sigma xi square into pi minus mu whole square. Okay. 0 square into this one 0. 1 square into 1 by 2 1 by 2, and minus mu square 1 by 4. What we got? 1 by 4. So mu is equal to 1 by 2 and sigma square is equal to 1 by 4. If you put the value here, what we want? 64 times mu. Mu is equal to 1 by 2 and sigma square equal to 1 by 4. If you multiply these, then 32 plus 16, what we got? 48. Is there any answer? Option number 1. By the way, this was also lower than medium problem. Then next one. Next one is the common. Many times you will see the in DPP of the resonance, in MCT also, even in sheet also, same kind of the. By the way, complete, if you study the reso material, now more than 70% problem will be same as your material. Okay, more than 70%. Just you need to cover first your material only. Gx equal to 3 times of fx by 3. And all those students who are going to write the exam later after seeing this video, not worry. Your paper will be, if paper will be of this kind, that will be exactly what it should be. If you will get approx 50 marks, are you getting around 50 marks, then believe me, you are going to get at approx 99 percentile. So now what they are saying, that f double dash x is greater than equal to 0. If f double dash x is greater than 0, what does it mean? It means f dash is increasing function. Okay, so gx is decreasing in the interval 0 comma beta, and beta only we need to know. So for gx to be decreasing, g dash x need to be less than equal to 0. Okay, let me find g dash x. If you differentiate this one, then 3 will cancel, f dash x by 3, 3 cancel, minus f dash 3 minus x less than equal to 0. This comes this side, f dash x by 3 less than equal to f dash 3 minus x. Okay, now if we remove f dash function, that is increasing because of this one, so sign of inequality will not change. 3 minus x, x came this side, so 4 by 3 x less than equal to 3, then x less than equal to 9 by 4 came. Okay, which option is correct? Second one. Now coming to next question, coefficient of x power 2012. Again, this is same as somewhere in 11th or 12th MCT this year only you got this question, but power was different. So coefficient of x power 2012 in the expansion of 1 minus x power 2008 into 1 plus x square whole power 2007. If I write 1 minus x separately, then remaining 1 minus x into 1 plus x square whole power 2007, whole power 2007. Now this one is a minus b into a square plus ab plus b square, a minus b whole cube. Okay, so 1 minus x into 1 minus x power total, what will be? 6021. Okay, sorry, just a minute. A minus b whole cube will not be, this will be a minus b cube. So where is the eraser? Here I got 1 minute. Gaya. A minus b, a square plus ab plus b square, a cube minus b cube. Okay, now here you got 1 minus x into 1 minus x cube power 2007. I am multiplying both separately, so 1 minus x cube power 2007 minus x into 1 minus x cube power 2007. What do you want? We want coefficient of x power 2012. Acha, see, if you write any term, then here it always be x cube power something na, so power of x cube always be multiple of 3, and 2012 is not multiple of 3. So from this one, what is the coefficient of x power 12? That will be 2000, sorry, that will be 0. Now by the way, from here x is already there, so from this one, what do you want? X power 2012, one x is already there, so x power 2011. Now again from this one, every term have the power multiple of 3, because this power 1, this power 2 will come na. Okay, 2011 also not multiple of 3. So what will be the coefficient? 0. So finally what you got? 0 only. Is there any option? Correct. This is easy one. Acha, this one is even below easy. 8 equal to 3. Now what I am doing? I am just writing these as sum of two ZPs. 3 plus 3 by 4. I am just separating 3 by 4 square. Okay, so on till infinite. Then remaining is 1 by 4 into p, p by 4, p square by 4 square. Next will be p cube by 4 cube. So on till infinity. Okay. By the way, here it is infinite GP, a by 1 minus r. R is 1 by 4. A is 3. Again, this is also infinite GP, a by 1 minus r. A is p by 4. R is also p by 4. Okay. This one is 3 by 4. 3, 3 cancel 4. This one is 4 minus p by 4. 4, 4 cancel. So p by 4 minus p. And what it is? 8. 4 came this side. Only 4 is remaining. 4 equal to p by 4 minus p. If you cross multiply 16 minus 4p equal to p. P equal to 16 by 5. Oh, this was so easy. You should not miss this kind of the question. From sequence series might be after COVID, this will be the easiest problem that they give. Because after COVID, generally from easy chapter they give the difficult problems in mains. Okay, just a minute. End of the slide. So these all the 23 questions we got by the memory of the students, and remaining 2 questions as we got the hint. One was the question from the shortest distance, that we are not said that this shortest question exactly we didn't got the data, and one question was from the projection of a vector on another vector, from the vector projection of vector. So this time you didn't got any question from the deleted topics like tangent normal. Last time you got some questions where application was required, but this time this was not there. Okay, so that was the good thing. Okay, so just simply in now, if you are going to write the exam nowadays na in remaining days, then just simply for now do nothing, just revise your lecture notes again and again, whatever you can take, that thing only you can do. Okay, chalo.